Welcome to Kindred Lists right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. This is episode 2 of our newest campaign here. I'm going to call it new as we roll into the second half of our Storm King's Thunder campaign. As we move on, all of our characters are now level 13, and they are moving on in their adventure to dive into all of our wonderful lists that they have. Last time that, well, you know, before I do a recap, I better do a quick shout out to some of our sponsors and partners here at Proficiency Bonus. First and foremost, we want to thank Twitch, Streamlabs, Team Emzy, Many-Sided Dice, and our friends over at Little Dragon Corp for all their support. You type in !! Little Dragon in that chat, which everybody seems to be fighting over doing right now in the chat room. You will get a quick link to their storefront where you can buy some pretty cool dice. If you use that coupon code PROBONUS, you'll get 10% off of your order as Matthew vigorously types into his computer. Let's see. Oh, there they go. Oh, there's a schedule. I hope it's updated. I haven't checked that.
I don't think it is.
I haven't checked that in a while.
It's not updated. It still says Storm King's Thunder in Insight Check.
Aha! Throwbacks.
I need to visit Moobot and do some editing in little old Moobot there.
Editing.
Yep, some editing. Yeah.
Edit his face.
With your fists.
Who are you, Ashlyn?
He's
Yeah.
Yes, he's multi-classing. He's taking some monk. All right.
Spend enough time together. I mean, come on.
Quick recap. You guys were discussing where to move on from here. You guys decided that you should probably go visit Ashlyn's monastery. Just
Do some social distancing.
just within the Ardeep Forest. And you guys, Mulfin was finishing up casting some spells for some plans that he had. That night, Callista was awoken by sounds of something. And they've come to find out it was a massive robotic spider that crashed into Ryald's room and seemed to try to paralyze him. The group struggled a bit, but was able to regain their footing and destroy this creature. And now the decision comes, what do we do with Callista's dad? And that's where we are tonight, folks. The adventure is yours. What would you guys like to do? You've got shrapnel, metal pieces of spider laying outside your house. There is also splintered wood laying for a big hole in the side of your guest room.
Damn it, we just bought this thing.
I know.
Why can't we have nice things, Muffin? Okay, never mind.
Muffin, weren't you doing something? How'd that turn out?
Yeah, your spell thing.
You're muted.
Yeah, your spell thing.
Do you mean the tuning fork I just made for Callista?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that.
do we know what about your face thing? Would you have told us about that you were enchanting the mask? I know that was your plan, but I don't know if you told us or not.
Realistically, I would have told everyone that I was doing that. Yeah, I would have, because Wolfen is planning on using seeming anytime he goes to a city.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, because
So I would have
we
told
stole the
everyone that I
body.
was planning on
Yeah,
taking
we
it.
stole the body for you, me and Lachlan. So you better have told us what the body was for.
Maybe. Maybe Wolfen's just lonely.
No, that's not allowed.
All I'm trying to do is raise a family. I mean,
So we don't know that you did the talking to the thing. We don't know that you did the extraplanar entities.
oh, that. Let me look at the spell. I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought that you looked at Callista and was like extraplanar entities, and then you casted it. But if not, then Diana wouldn't know, and her question would never have been asked.
Gotcha.
Give me a second here. I just gotta.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it has a verbal component to it, so it's
Okay.
Just see, contact other plane.
I just don't want to be
It is only
that
verbal.
person. Oh wow.
But yeah, y'all are probably pretty sure that Molfin did something weird.
Okay.
Like, do,
Okay.
do the questions happen like telepathically within that spell? Like, you just ask them like by thinking them, or is it something that you have to like
You mentally contact him.
mentally?
Okay.
contact?
Mentally contact. So the
Okay.
conversation happened in my mind, but at least they knew that I was casting the
Casting
spell
a
to
spell.
contact this.
Okay.
Molfin comes to Diana, waving her hand in Molfin's face, like, "Hey."
I'm sitting right here. What do
You just seemed zoned out for a minute.
you... Having a conversation with someone.
Oh. Whom? Is it like sending?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
An old trick Zephyrus was supposed to teach me and never got around to.
That crazy guy?
Yes.
No
So,
further questions. Callista, what would you like to do about your father?
I feel like he's kind of stuck with us until we can deal with it. I don't want to leave him alone here or anywhere. If we leave him alone here, our house is going to get destroyed. Leave him alone anywhere, he's going to get himself killed or kidnapped.
Can't
We
we?
could take him with us?
Yeah, I think that's what she's implying. We can't leave him with anyone else that we trust. Not that I don't like the guy. He's your father. He's very nice, but you know how some things get awkward when parents are around sometimes.
Well, we're just going to have to bite. We're just going to have to deal with it.
No.
Callista, I agree.
Okay.
Some things do get awkward with parents around.
Like, well, your mom's been living with us too, so it's kind of.
My mom's a cool mom.
Yeah, she is a cool mom. But so your father-in-law, Diana, your future father-in-law.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, that's a lot of pressure.
well, unless, of course, Diana's mother and Ryland get together, then things can get really interesting.
Okay, you know what? This is totally off topic. I don't know where this conversation is.
That was.
We would be literal sister wives.
Oh my god.
Callista would like to walk away now. Callista just throws her hands up in the air and just walks. And she's like,
Wait, sister, don't go.
I walk away.
I'm trying to like minor illusion out like the family tree.
No, Lachlan, it needs to look more like rings.
Oh.
I'm not here. I'm not hearing any of this. I've walked away.
Well,
All right, well-
that escalated quickly.
The chat escalated.
I'm going to go back to Waterdeep. See y'all later.
So we're taking Rada. That sounds good.
So
Should we go back to rest?
we need to take a night's rest, but
Yeah.
first I need to... But where... No, Callista walked off. Where are we putting Ryland?
Like in the house. I would assume with Callista.
Oh yeah, should he be with you, Molfin? Because no one can get to the basement early?
Wherever we're putting him, I can cast an enchantment to create basically a sentry alarm.
Oh, okay.
So this way, if something does manage to get past, well, let's face it, the only one who has the patience or the perception to deal with these things is Callista. Most of us were caught borderline unawares, but
Yeah.
at least if we create that sort of a area, if something comes in and manages to sneak by her, they won't be able to get through the perimeter without waking everybody.
Okay, then he should be closer to you.
I could make another glyph. And put it under Ryland's bed.
Not the worst.
But
I
that
don't-
would not trigger until they were in his bed with him.
I'll put it under the window.
Often just looked at the giant hole where the window used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Wherever his new room is.
Why don't we just lead him up to let him go up to Callista's room and we'll call it.
Okay, is it, I think he's up there already anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Are we in Callista's room?
You guys are still standing outside the hole in the
Outside.
wall.
Yep.
Lachlan, as you're kind of kicking around pieces of the metal that's been lying around, you kick a piece and you see a symbol on it. So I'm going to show this to everybody so you guys can see what Lachlan sees.
Like bang, bang. Oh, that kind of symbol.
Did it pop up for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of you read Drow?
No.
Like a logo of like a Underdark burger chain or something.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Actually. Oh wait, no. Does Molfin know about this yet or no? Is Lachlan showing everybody?
I would definitely be like, who can
I'm not
read
there,
this?
so I'm not there. I probably went up to my room.
Molfin is actually going to do a thing then.
Do a thing.
Oh no. Hide all the corpses.
He's gonna summon a demon just to read that stone, Lachlan.
I wouldn't put it past it.
You are not wrong.
Oh no.
Actually, maybe you are.
Oh, I can't read stuff. I can only
believe-
speak stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I
Touching
can
the
understand any
surface.
written language you see, but I must be touching the surface.
Okay.
So I'm going to reach deep within my shroud and cast comprehend languages, and then just reach out and grab the stone.
Okay. You grab this chunk of metal that has this on it, and you can tell, like, it is the Zolaran family crest.
Oh.
This is the symbol of their family. But it also has some intricate meaning in the way that it's designed. It basically, in the common tongue, it would kind of say mages of the webs.
Huh.
Huh.
Molfin will look around at the group. Apparently her family thinks they're magic users.
Think or no?
Yeah, thanks or they are.
This roughly translates to Spider Mage.
Spider Mage. No, not like. Okay. Damn it. Spider Mage.
So their magic is what, controlling spiders?
No, given Ryld's look, I'm assuming that their deity must be tied to spiders somehow.
Okay.
So, basically they're saying we are drow spider wizards.
Okay. So are we caught in their web? Ooh.
Well, I doubt we're caught in their web. And webs burn so easily. You've seen how Callista and her hands.
Good point, good point. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, let's do that.
About that time, Callista, you make your way back to your room where Ryld is just kind of pacing, calming himself down from the events that just occurred.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in.
All right. Well, you'll be coming up with us starting tomorrow again.
Okay. You know, I could always go back to Skullport.
Oh yeah, let's go closer.
I mean, I didn't think anyone
No.
knew I was there, but
Well, no.
okay. I mean,
I only trust myself to watch your.
fair enough, my dear. I'm in no place to argue.
Yeah.
I've lost my bedroom.
We'll fix it. Again. We have to fix a lot of it. Ugh. The workers are gonna be so confused.
Well, just tell them the truth. Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah, well, I'll get that set up before we leave tomorrow, and then we'll focus on getting Ashlyn that weapon. And you will stay close because I have a feeling that they're not done.
They're not going to stop until they get what they want.
Exactly. But they have to wait in line, which means you have to come along with us.
Which is why we should do Rod's thing first.
I don't mind. I don't mind going along.
I'm sorry we can't deal with it sooner.
But what about here? I mean, we've got Diana's mother. We've got Gum Gum.
Yeah.
Harshnag's no longer here. Who's going to... You going to rely on... Well, is Gum Gum staying?
No, that's another thing. She might be going elsewhere as well, so we're going to have to at least temporarily find a place for Diana's mom to stay, at least until we get things settled here, reconstructed, and I guess refortified.
I believe, if I remember right, just a few weeks ago, I was talking to her, and she said that her home was in the Ardeep Forest. Am I right?
I think you are right. Yes, that's right. I suppose she could come with us.
What if we
Yeah.
just take her home?
Yeah. For now, at least, that might be the safer option. I'll talk to Diana in the morning because I have to go into town early tomorrow and talk to the trade workers and figure out getting that fixed. So before I go, I'll talk to Diana in the morning.
Okay. He looks around the room.
You can take the bed.
Perfect. He smiles a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I prefer sleeping outside anyway.
Very good. He walks over and he starts to get comfortable and doesn't even seem to argue with you anymore about it.
That's what I thought. Yep, take my bed.
Good-
That's fine.
Good old dad.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'd rather be on the outside after all this anyway, so.
Okay.
I'll throw you a hammock outside.
No, I have a cot set up like somewhere where I would probably sit and do reading or meditating outside on the balcony.
Okay.
So I would probably just sit up on that. And
Okay, I'll draw you a cot.
So you guys are getting yourself set up to continue your long rest that was interrupted.
Yeah.
Molfin headed back to the basement. Okay.
Yep.
I'm assuming Lachlan's headed back to the couch.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So everybody tucks in for the night. You guys wake up to the first morning's light as the sun begins to peek over the horizon. Everybody can get their long rest now.
Nice.
Yeah.
As you wake up early in the morning. Doesn't seem like there was any other issues. Yeah, here comes Molfin's portents.
Nice.
Those will be helpful.
Scores himself a natural 1 in there. That's always good to have in that back pocket.
Nice.
Oh, Diana, you thought you saw Molfin do that? No, you didn't.
That's probably how it's gonna be used. No.
So you guys also smell breakfast being prepared. It seems as if Diana's mother has been busy making breakfast.
I would go to Diana's room first thing in the morning and kind of knock on the door.
Is it a drill or how do I pronounce her name? I always screw up Diana's mom's name.
Oh my god, honest to God, I forgot what her name is.
I have-
What-
Just call her mom.
I have it,
I've just been calling her
I have it in my
mom.
notes spelled Adrelle.
Oh, Adriala.
Adriala. That
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Adriala. I'm gonna say it how
I'm not gonna remember that.
Write it how I pronounce it. That will help me. Adriala. Okay. Yeah. Adriala's busy in the kitchen, making up a nice breakfast, and you guys all convene
Well, Callista's in my room right now, right?
Callista-
She stopped.
Callista went to
You got me
Diana.
before we got downstairs. Oh, hello. Diana wakes up. She's like, "Oh my god, wait! I have to get ready." And she brushes her hair really quick. She puts on a little bit of lipstick. She
You
switches
realize
her mouth
Callista's seen like all sides of you over how many months of travel?
This is
Well, we
true.
still have to make an effort, okay? Diana's a femme. Leave her alone. And then she'll open the door.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I've been better. We need to talk
Yeah,
about
true.
parents.
Oh, lovely. They're not actually getting married, are they?
God, no!
Okay, good. Just making sure. that would put a damper on things.
No, but we do have to, aside from fixing this house, I don't think it's safe for your mom or Gum Gum to stay here when we're not here.
Well, why? I mean, she'll just be in a nice house all by herself, and there won't be any.
All by herself, a perfect target. If they're after me and they find out I'm close to you.
That's a good point. So what are we gonna do? Put her in a hotel somewhere?
Actually, my dad brought up a good point. Since we're going back to Ashlyn's monastery, isn't the Ardeep Forest close to there?
Yeah, I mean it is.
That's where your mom's from?
Yeah, that's her clan.
Do you think we could leave her there for temporarily until we get the house fixed and secured? Could we leave her there while we deal with Ashlyn's stuff?
We don't have to deal with my stuff.
You're not there.
Okay.
It
Is
I mean,
something wrong?
it does make logical sense. No, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Me and my clan just don't get along. I left under difficult circumstances, and I just haven't been back since, really. But you guys can take my mom there if you want. Ashlyn knows the way. Because we're from the same area, she can take her back.
Wait, why don't they want you there?
Something happened when I was a kid.
In all these years, you've never known? Oh, I mean, I'm not there.
Ashley.
I'm at the window, like, listening. It's fine.
When I was a child, it was always me, Ashlyn, and my cousin Salim. And we would run around, play in the forest, and there was always a river that we would have to cross. And there was a big log bridge over that, and we would walk across it all the time. And one day, I was with Salim, and Salim was crossing the bridge, and the log broke. And he fell in the river, and that was it. And we were just children, but I was half elven, and my father had abandoned the clan, and it just wasn't okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if
I mean, I knew
a child, but I haven't been back. It was not a good circumstance to live in, and I just have not been back because I was always different to them, and I caused the loss of one of their own. So
you were children. How, Diana?
Ask them.
Diana.
Ask them why. But
I don't need to ask them why. I'm telling you, it wasn't your fault. You were a child.
I know that.
And you've done so much great things. And if they can't see that, they're fucking dumb.
I know, and that's why I left and why I joined the temple. But I just have never wanted to go back. It's always been complicated. So I don't know.
I mean, I knew
didn't even
about
speak to my mom.
Salim, but I didn't know that they blamed you for it.
It's yeah. I don't know. They just never liked me anyways. So whether they blamed me or not, I guess it was just I don't know. But I would just rather Ashlyn take her home I don't really want to go into the forest. I would just rather go straight to the monastery.
Right. I'm not going to force you, obviously, but it wouldn't hurt to see the looks on their faces when they see how far you've come.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, you can think about it, but regardless, if we get there and you are not comfortable going in, I totally respect that. Me and Ashlyn will escort your mom in.
Okay.
And then we'll head out to the monastery and get Ashlyn that awesome weapon.
Yes, awesome weapons. Woohoo. All right, let's go downstairs and tell Mom she's going home.
Yeah, she's making breakfast, I think, so let's go check them out.
Ooh, what kind?
No idea. I came straight to you first.
Oh, well, you could at least probably coffee.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not like you don't know how I like it, so. Just kidding. And I'll give her a kiss on the cheek and run downstairs.
Callista just looks absolutely dumbfounded and exhausted at this point, like, okay. Just slowly walks and follows Diana down the stairs.
Fair enough.
It seems the rest of the group is gathered around the table. It seems like
So good.
Adriella's had just a mixture of all kinds of foods here for breakfast because she knows that you guys are about to embark on another adventure and doesn't want you to leave on an empty stomach. Especially Molfin, since he eats you guys out of house and home most of the time.
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah, I gotta do good berry.
You see, Molfin's got 3 or 4 plates in front of him already.
Okay, here you go.
I and the bacon on my plate. I'm like,
You guys are all gathered together at the table.
As long as that, Molfin's like, what's that?
what?
Pulls a couple pieces off Lachlan's plate anyway.
I put all 10 good berries on your plate.
Molfin's not quite dumb enough to eat all 10 at once.
Wouldn't be able to move.
Pops 2 in and then sort of sits back.
Ooh.
So I'm really nervous about going back to my monastery. Why don't we take care of Rog stuff first and Calista stuff? Like, that seems really important.
Ashlyn, the
Yeah.
weapon is very important. Your monastery is important. You are important.
Okay. I just
And
don't want
we're-
to disappoint anyone by not being the chosen
Well, we're
one.
not going there right this second. I have to go into town and quickly talk to the guild members about reconstructing our house again. And,
And at that, you hear a knock at the door.
Oh no.
shit. I will.
The police.
Yeah.
I'll go
I
open the
died on
door.
Hello?
Goddamn.
Hello? Anybody home?
I open the door.
You open the door.
I'm not here. Tell him I'm not here.
It's a human man. It's one of the construction workers.
Oh.
You recognize him. His name is Julius.
Hi, Julius.
May I ask what happened? As you see, there's a couple other construction workers just holding pieces of broken wood and material in their hands with puzzled looks on their face.
I'm really sorry, but we're gonna have to ask you guys to fix the destruction that happened last night. There was a small attack. We've dealt with it, but there was some casualties to our house, obviously.
Yes, obviously. This is going to cost a little extra, I believe.
Yeah, how much?
Well, materials in account. What happened to the banister, the railing on the second floor? It looks
Like I said, we're gonna need the full reconstruction. How much?
we can probably get this done in probably another 3 days' time. That's probably gonna run you about with materials, building supplies. I mean, we're looking at about 150 gold pieces.
I just hand them 15 platinum.
Okay.
Oh.
So you hand them over. Oh, very good. It will be taken care of. This will delay us a little bit on the rest of the house. Do you understand?
That's fine. Yep. Just get it done, please. Thank you.
I mean, hopefully the one that lives up in the tower isn't too disappointed that we haven't been able to finish the roof just yet. I mean,
I look over at Ashlyn. You're sleeping without a roof?
I'm sleeping without a roof?
No, it has a roof. I just have to replace some of the shingles. I mean, if it rains, it might leak a little bit up there. I mean,
I thought there was a roof. But then it was very dark, and so.
That's fine. We'll be leaving the house, so it won't be occupied for the next couple weeks. So yeah, that's fine. But if you know what, here's another 5 platinum to try and speed things along. If you have to hire more people, just
okay,
mostly focus on the guest room, please.
Absolutely,
Reinforce it.
absolutely. I'll get the crew on it right away. And he kind of just wanders off. It looks like he's got a smile on his face ear to ear with the extra money that you just gave him.
Cool.
I shut the door.
Good.
All right. Speaking of abandoning this house,
We're abandoning the house?
for a while it's reconstructed, but I don't think it's safe for anyone to stay here for the moment.
Diana's mom looks up.
Right.
We're all going?
We're all going?
That's the plan. This is something I just discussed with Diana, but we'd like to discuss it with you as well. You were considering, since it's on the way to the monastery, stopping by Ardeep Forest and maybe letting you guys stay there for the time until the house is fixed again.
Her face like lightens up, brightens up a little bit. I have been meaning to talk to Diana about that.
They're not really nice there, though, to some people like me and Diana. But, I don't know how they'll feel about Gum Gum. To be honest.
Diana's mom.
Well, I'll punch a hoe for Gum Gum.
You guys, Gum Gum doesn't need to go into that forest.
Yeah.
Gum Gum behind the back of the house and.
Okay.
I believe what she is saying is Gum Gum needs to not go into that forest.
I know. Gum Gum needs to find. Is Gum Gum present?
Yeah, Gum Gum's sitting there like and just eating a bunch of food. Like,
Oh
cleaning.
boy. Well, I was going to say Gum Gum.
As you say her name, she just like stops eating, and there's a piece of bacon like hanging out of her mouth.
With her little fangs.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say, Gum Gum, is maybe Gum Gum would be happier if she found more goblin friends and maybe lived with them. Maybe that's what Gum Gum needs, is more adventure and not to be at home.
Gum Gum like adventure.
Gum Gum does like adventure, and Gum Gum likes other goblins.
And you're always welcome to come back whenever you want to visit.
Of course. You are
Are we
family.
pushing Gum Gum out of the nest?
We are. We're encouraging her to move out, to go away for college.
Well,
You just need to go out and try new things.
where are we gonna find a goblin horde for her to lead?
Gum Gum is queen.
Yeah. Just to lead the goblin horde.
Maybe.
We could just find level 1 goblins and kick their asses until they submit to Gum Gum's rule.
We
What level is Gum Gum now?
maybe Gum Gum could marry a king and then be queen with the
No,
king.
Gum Gum don't need no king.
Gum Gum.
Gum Gum's queen.
Gum Gum no share
By
power.
herself. Yeah, exactly.
Gum Gum. Okay, then
That checks out.
Didn't I hear about some goblins near the Golden Fields?
there are goblins near Golden Fields.
Huh. Gum Gum find goblins in Golden Fields?
Well, west of Golden Fields. Oh, east of Golden Fields.
Can
Whichever way
I
that way
insight
is.
check Molfin?
You can.
So north of-
You can.
North of Ardeep Forest, we could take her with us.
Could I make like a
So-
history or nature or some sort of check to see if I would know where a population could be?
Make it a nature check, sure.
Ooh.
Wolfen has no clue what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay.
Diana, yeah, Molfin
Molfin.
doesn't really know. Like, you can tell he doesn't really know, but goblins are so prominent here in the north that you could probably just about go anywhere and, like, stumble upon a group of them somewhere. I mean, if you just
But we need
if
to
you just
find a good
walked-
group.
If you just walked in a direction for miles,
You're gonna find
eventually
them,
you'll probably run into a few of them.
Better idea. Why don't we show Gum Gum pretending to kill us, and she in front of a tribe, and she gains ultimate dominance. That way, we don't have to beat them into submission.
Yes, we can just That's so brilliant, Ashlyn. Oh my gosh, we can just. Yes, we'll just hype Gum Gum up to
Mhm.
being this amazing warrior goddess, and they'll just bow down and worship her.
Yep.
This is brilliant.
26 on a nature check, Callista, would pretty much tell you exactly what I told you. Is like pretty much you could like track goblins easily because they're very careless when it comes to stuff like that. It'd be pretty easy to find a group of goblins.
All right. So yeah, we could take Gum Gum with us for the time being, and I bet I could find some goblins on the way.
Oh, Gum Gum, not delay you. Queen Gum Gum find own clan. Queen Gum Gum
Are you-
make them submit to Queen.
Ooh.
Queen.
Okay.
Queen Gum Gum lead again.
Oh, okay.
Make sure she has some like good weapons, you know.
As you say weapons, she looks up at you, Lachlan. You have weapon for Gum Gum?
Ooh. Let's find out, Gum Gum, what we have.
Yeah. I need one of those daggers that steal souls.
Yeah, I'm looking at my
Destroyed
equipment.
that.
Let's see what
Gum Gum,
Ashlyn
is it
has.
safe for you to travel alone and to usurp another?
Maybe if
throne,
Gum Gum
I
has
guess,
a
by
really
your-
powerful weapon that we could get her or something, they would bow down to the wielder of the weapon.
Gum Gum does not need a giant, powerful, magical weapon.
I
that
didn't say
she can
giant
mess
powerful
up
weapon, I just said a powerful weapon. Hey, can you like make it look really shiny and stuff, Uncle Muffin?
Gum Gum like
Oh,
shiny.
Exactly, goblins love shiny things, so just make it super shiny and sparkly, and all goblins bow to Gum Gum.
Diana's
I
whispering this to the party. She will stab somebody with that. No.
I don't have a
I mean, if she
weapon.
stabs goblins,
Is there
it's
any
okay.
more of that metal left outside?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna crouch in front of Gum Gum.
Okay.
Gum Gum, this isn't a weapon, but it's something sparkly and it's also magical.
Ooh.
And it's something you can use if you want to talk to us or send us messages.
Gum Gum. Do
And I
that.
will hand her the silver raven,
Ah.
the wondrous figurine that I never use.
Gum Gum like.
What's the deal?
Which one does that do? Is that turn into a raven?
Animal messenger?
Yeah,
Animal
it turns into
messenger?
it's basically it's animal. It does animal messenger, but it's also like a raven familiar basically.
Okay.
It's like the rock, but a raven.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Cool.
But it can also do animal messenger.
All right. So Callista gives Gum Gum the.
Wondrous. What is it called? I have it here.
It's a figurine of wondrous power. I believe.
Wondrous power.
Yeah.
Yep.
Figurine of.
And yep.
Excellent.
Silver raven.
Silver raven. Yeah, I don't think you used that once.
No.
Molfin's gonna go outside while everyone else is doing their thing. And I'm gonna do something because the spell says technically I can do it because I have the whatchamacallit. Because I have the proficiency with Tinker's tools.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find there's still chunks of that metal left out there, right? From the bits of that.
Oh yeah.
Spider creature?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast Fabricate
Okay.
on that thing,
Mhm.
and I'm actually using it to create a small clockwork device,
Okay.
and specifically making like this black metal fire starter.
Okay.
That's not what I asked you to do at all.
I don't have proficiency in blacksmith's tools, so I can't make an actual shiny weapon.
Why can't you fabricate a shiny weapon?
Because in order to fabricate something that requires skill to make, you have to have proficiency in those tools.
Ah.
Got it.
Thought about that. I thought I could fabricate a knife-shaped image, but it would be like Matthew cutting a knife out of cardboard.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
I would also give Gum like just before we leave, another casting of Goodberry to last her 10 days, just in case.
Okay.
Can't you walk with us a little? I feel really bad.
No, we're teleporting out of here.
Oh. Okay.
We're going
gosh.
to Nightstone first, right?
Yes.
Oh, I've never been. I hear it's really nice. It's so close to Ardeep, but I've never been there.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going
Yes,
first.
you were. You destroyed a woman's home.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. We landed on the roof. That doesn't count. I never was in the city proper. Oh, should we give Gum Gum the hat of disguise?
Ooh.
Or just...
Unless we may need it.
We might need it, honestly,
We might need-
especially with Wild.
No, you
Gum Gum
won't.
gets a little disappointed. It's gonna-
I'm sorry, Gum Gum. If we find another one, I'll get one to send you. Okay.
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 I'm thinking what I can give Gum Gum. I don't have any.
On the front of this thing that Molfin's making,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put a specific image on the side of it as well.
Okay. What specific image are you gonna put on the side of it?
A very emaciated looking hand.
Oh.
Great,
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Got a calling card now. So I'm actually gonna get out my purple noble hat that I have in my inventory and say, Gum Gum, this is a very special hat. This makes its wearer really awesome and powerful, and I want to give it to you.
But Gum Gum already awesome and powerful.
I know you are awesome and powerful, so this hat needs you actually. So that makes sense in Goblin, right? So you can wear this hat and you'll look fabulous.
Gum Gum, fabulous. Takes the hat.
You are fabulous.
Just jams
Okay.
it on her head.
Oh,
Oh, you look so good.
I need to give her something. Can I the fancy clothes that we had when we went to the little thing
Yes.
that we did
Yeah.
on the boat? Yeah. I'm going to assume that I had some costume jewelry that went with that, right? Like,
Yeah, you probably
Just
have
a little
some
costume
Yeah,
jewelry.
just some little, you probably got jewelry with
You
your
get it.
outfits and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's paid for.
I'll just
Didn't we borrow dresses from that lady?
maybe, but
I don't think we ever gave them
I think
back.
you borrowed him and never gave him
Yeah.
back. That's right.
that part,
I don't. I can't.
Yeah, okay.
because we just look so good. Anyways,
Yeah.
I will take a necklace that is like my favorite necklace from
Aw.
probably a very small collection that Diana has, and give it to Gum Gum and be like, and this is a little piece of your aunt to always carry with you.
But
and
not
to
literally.
remember." Huh?
Not literally a piece of your aunt.
Gum Gum like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gum Gum excited.
Yeah, you
Gum
should.
Gum has a lot of treasure. Gum Gum might get robbed.
Gum Gum will not get robbed.
No, goblins see Gum Gum treasure and know Gum Gum powerful.
That's
Yes.
true, because you amassed such a great collection.
Gum Gum
Very
take treasure
very good.
all by herself.
Yes.
And you know where we live, so you can always come back and visit. Oh my god, this is so hard.
Can Gum Gum bring new clan?
Sure.
If they're vegetarians, if they are well behaved, and if they have manners, and if they are washed, and if they do not eat people.
You can see
Okay.
Gum Gum's trying to like keep up with you as you're saying all this. Gum Gum,
Just
got
make
it.
sure they don't eat people. Yep, just
Don't
make
eat
sure they
people.
don't eat people. And that's,
Washed.
the rest is fine.
Gum-
No, we'll wash
Gum
them. We'll
Gum-
hose them
Gum
down
Gum
or something.
Make sure not eat you.
Yeah.
Not eat people.
Not eat people?
No eating people.
Oh, Gum Gum.
Vegetarian. We taught you this.
Or
You
pesco.
know this word. Gum Gum, you know this word.
As you're saying vegetarian, she takes another handful of bacon and just goes.
You can eat pigs and cows.
You can eat animals, Gum Gum. You can eat animals, but no eating people.
Oh, yeah.
Gum Gum eat animals. Gum Gum eat pigs. Gum Gum eat
Yeah.
cows. Gum Gum
Yes.
eat birds. Gum
Yes.
Gum eat horses.
Yes.
Gum Gum.
Sure.
Gum Gum eat babies. Gum Gum.
No. No.
That is not an animal. That is not an animal.
No,
Gum Gum. Listen to me.
My
Gum
God.
Gum.
babies aren't people.
Can Gum Gum read? Can Gum Gum read?
Probably most likely not. Has anybody tried?
Oh.
Has anybody
Dang
tried?
it, I was gonna give her a list.
She
We should have been
Okay.
homeschooling her.
We should have been
This entire
homeschooling her.
time.
Why weren't we homeschooling Gum Gum?
Would have
Okay.
missed
Saving the world.
Because you were
I
never
will-
home with her.
That's true. Gosh. Oh my God, I was an absent mother or an absent aunt. All right. I will instead write on a piece of paper an image of. I will draw a baby, and then I will draw an X through it,
Okay.
and I will draw a human child, and I'll draw an X through it, and I'll draw a human, and I'll draw an elf, and I'll draw a woman, and I'll draw a dwarf, and I'll draw all these species, and I'll put an X through them, and then I'll draw all of the other animals, and I'll put a nice little green check next to them, and I'll be like, Gum Gum, this is what you can eat. Take this.
She inspects it. She looks at it. Okay.
Okay.
Gum Gum.
Be good, Gum Gum.
Gum Gum do this for you.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you want to, just do some little ill mater worship in there, like in your new little tribe,
don't
that's
push
what you
it.
want. Don't push her. Okay, I
No.
won't.
Yeah.
Gum
We got
Gum
lucky with
worship Meglubayet.
Who the hell is that?
Heck.
It's her deity.
Heck.
It's all goblins worship Meglubayet.
Oh.
Okay.
Is he the great goblin in the sky?
What is
The goblin in the sky.
She kinda looks at you and is like,
when I die.
Maybe?
Oh, okay.
Maybe. She's probably she's gonna look up. She's gonna be like, "Are you there?"
Yeah, no, okay, never mind. Not that guy. Never mind. Oh, it's Goblin King. Okay.
Meglubayet does not like gnomes.
Oh.
Looks over at Muffin and Lachlan.
Well, send him my way, and we'll see who likes who less.
No.
Well, there's another god to add to the list.
Yeah.
At this point, Mulfin's probably done with making this thing. He's just going to hand it over to
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gum Gum
Hands it over.
and show her how to use it
Okay.
to make fire.
Startled a little
it's one of
bit.
those, it's like-
First time it works, she kind of drops it on the ground. And then picks it back up and goes, ooh. Gum Gum like.
Oh, you should have made Gum Gum Clockwork Toy. That would have been cool.
Yes, the toy would have been amusing, but now Gum Gum is control of fire.
That's true. That's true.
Gum Gum, Fire Queen of Goblins.
Okay, we'll go with that for now.
All right.
Anyone else get the vibe that maybe we're creating a monster? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Absolutely.
let's just send her on her way to go terrorize some people. Gum Gum, good luck. Have fun at college.
The big bad of the campaign turns out to be Gum Gum in the end.
Yes.
I see it.
As we're all fighting,
The hardest-
Asmodeus and the Raven Queen, Gum Gum overthrows Magubia, and it now becomes Gum Gum, the goblin deity.
She marries the Goblin King and then she overthrows him. That's what she does. She marries the god. And then Game of Thrones style.
So you guys equip Gum Gum for her travels. You guys exchange some rather sad goodbyes.
Oh.
And Gum Gum, following Molfin's instructions, decides that
Oh,
it would probably
no.
be best to head northeast towards Golden Fields in that direction, in hopes that the plains will enable her to find a new clan to lead and to be the queen of.
I feel like this is an utter disaster somehow, but
Yes.
can we
Yeah.
scry on her once in a while?
Yes,
Oh,
we
absolutely.
can.
You guys are very familiar.
Okay.
With her.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Mhm.
We have the power.
I'm gonna get the griffins set up to come with us.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yep, you guys can get the griffins all ready to go, saddled up, and ready for a journey.
Bloody show ponies.
So what would you guys like to do?
I will probably, once I get them set up, I will wait at the tree for everybody to go to Nightstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to use transport via plants?
Yep.
You'll basically be on the, probably like, you see where that Ardeep Forest is? You'll probably be in one of those, you pop out one of those trees along the edge of the Ardeep Forest there.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys watch as Callista casts these incantations to the tree and pop through the tree and out the other side, seeing Nightstone just on the hillside in front of you. Behind you, the dark forest known as Ardeep.
All right. Did we need to check in at Nightstone just to see how things are, or we to stop by on the way back?
Ooh, we can stop by and see how the little farm that I'm doing goes.
Oh, farm?
Yeah, remember with the Emerald Enclave, that thing that I'm doing where they there's fertile there's fertile land near Nightstone, so we're trying to build a
Sponsoring a
farm
farm.
to distribute, insured sustenance for all of the people of the continent, right? That's the mission. We're feeding the poor.
That's exciting. We should check in with that operation there for you.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Try
Okay.
to solve hunger.
I could definitely go through. I'd like to see if a house has been rebuilt as of yet.
Are you gonna burn down the house again?
Maybe.
I didn't burn down the house. It's not
Whatever
my
it is
fault
you're gonna
somebody's
do.
oversized bird flattened it.
Whichever one it is.
Oversized
Oh.
bird.
And remember, I was never here. Then as you watch as Molfin mutters a couple of words and waves his hand, Molfin is going to cast Seeming.
Okay.
What does this do?
And change his appearance. And anybody else who is interested,
Maybe.
Molfin is going to make himself appear to be a rather rotund, bright orange beard, bushy, mohawked dwarf.
Oh, you don't stand out at all now.
I reach out and I try to touch the orange beard.
Was the seeming make it to where
It's just an
like,
illusion.
Is it just an illusion, so it kind of goes.
It's
through?
just, it fails to hold up to physical
Oh,
inspection.
okay. Physical yeah,
Oh.
it's definitely like you feel Molfin through this image.
I grab what I think is his beard and it's actually the shard and I just yank it.
Yeah.
Your hand slips and bumps the hand of Vecna.
Yeah.
A stink palm.
No. I'm gonna have to cut off my own hand.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
So you guys are there, standing at the edge of the forest.
So let's go to Nightstone. I hear they got a good B&B.
They got a good what?
B&B, bed and breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Bath and bidet.
No. Bed and breakfast.
I'm just gonna take my dad on Cleo and just kind of fly above the city while they go in. I don't think Callista wants to go in. I think she just
We
wants
have
to
our
observe
griffin?
from. Yeah, we have our griffins.
Yay, I take Salim for a walk.
Okay. So you guys are headed into Nightstone then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently
It's
three
like-
of us are, the other two aren't.
Yeah.
Are you
I
gonna
think
walk
Diana.
over-
No, I think Diana's walking it in.
Yeah.
Walking.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you
okay.
Taking the griffin in to.
I'm the one that's flying over top.
Immediately, as soon as you start to get to the gate of Nightstone, it's lowered. It seems like that a lot has changed since you guys have been here. They've cleaned up all the massive boulders that were basically peppered throughout the whole town. It seems like a lot of reconstruction has taken place, and there are a lot of members of the Emerald Enclave here, and they're all wearing their green capes.
I wave.
And it seems like they're going around. It looks like they're inspecting things, and it looks like they're focused on creating more farms inside here. So there's plenty of fertile land. There's the windmill that was atop of the one hill on the southern side of the town. It looks like the keep is under construction as well.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how that broke.
They fixed the bridge leading up to it, so you didn't have to. If you guys remember, you had to like jump over the gap.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have been repaired. They're still working on fixing the house that Molfin landed on. As it takes a little bit longer construction takes a little bit longer in these times, so they don't have the means that we do, outside of game. So they're working hard, but it looks like Diana's idea of making this more of a farm type outpost is working.
Yay!
The main tavern that was there, I believe it was called the Nightstone Inn. Is still there and being kind of bustling at this point in time. There's a lot of people here, but it seems like they're here to work. It doesn't look like these are all people that are here to stay. There are some temporary tents like set up all around, and you also see one of the Emerald Enclave members like rushes up to you, Diana, as you have the griffin, and he's like, wait, we got horses around here. You might want to leave your griffin outside.
I can't just leave him outside. He's a good boy. He won't eat anything, I promise.
Yeah, that's it's like the griffin's favorite food.
He's a good boy.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
This is why I'm flying above. I'm just watching everybody.
Okay, can I pick up my griffin and just have him look at the guy with the biggest little puppy dog eyes in the entire world?
Your griffin is bigger than you are.
You can ride this thing
You
now.
can ride it now. You can't pick it up.
Yeah, it's like the size of a horse.
Okay, you know how like when you have like a Great Dane, you can still kind of like make it move, like you just get your giant horse of a dog to like just kind of shove him.
Look
Yeah.
at him.
Exactly. I smush his face next to mine. I'm like, look at him.
He doesn't seem amused.
Nice.
He's a good boy.
I guess I'll take your word for it. But hey, give me a moment to put the horses in the stables, please.
Okay, sure. While he's doing that, I put a harness on Salim and I like put a leash on him. I like tie him up with some rope.
He's fully saddled up. He's got a full saddle. He's got armor.
Yeah, he's got armor.
Okay, I tie a rope to his saddle so he can't run away from me to go chase horses. These be war griffins.
Cool. So yeah, the Emerald Enclave works on stabling up the horses in the meantime while you guys are there.
Okay.
Anything?
I get on his back and I ride him in.
Okay. Anything else anything particular you guys are looking for or doing here in Nightstone as you're visiting?
I would just fly over the place where Moby jumped off the wall.
Oh yeah, all these memories come rushing back.
Yeah, that's what Callista's doing. Just flying over certain points where we visited, and then come back to the group and land.
As you're coming back to the group
spot where Kella died.
You land on the spot where you had turned into a bear and slain Kella, and all these memories of Kella Darko come rushing back, and then you start remembering. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Zolkin,
that's it. Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
I was thinking Dorn for some reason. I'm like, no.
No, other one.
You remember Zolkin, and then you remember how he was terribly transformed into some god awful skeletal creature at the end of his life. whenever you guys faced off the first time with Cruella the Black.
Yeah.
Just all these memories come just flashing through your minds, being here once again. It's your very first mission together.
So how are things with the farms, Diana?
Oh, with the farms? Yeah, the farms are actually going really, really good. The Emerald Enclave is here, you know, our people. And yeah. Yeah, it's good. I got permission for Salim to be in the city. And I stroke his feathers lovingly.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything else you guys need to do here, or should we start heading
No, I
towards
thought
the
this
forest?
was more of a touristy town. I was looking forward to like one of those novelty things, but you know, we can leave.
Ashlyn,
If you guys like
Ashlyn,
talked
is
it up
that
so
you?
much.
Ashlyn, it's so good to see you. And rushing up to you is Galvin.
Galvin, I didn't know you were here. I thought you were in Golden Fields.
Oh,
Hey!
no, I've been kind of heading up this whole thing. It's been great.
Oh, awesome. Diana, you failed to mention that Galvin was captain of the Nightstone reinforcement team.
I kind of forgot about that part. Wait, didn't we say though that me and Galvin have been like sending each other letters back and forth, and that
I think
like,
he was
sometimes
talking
we
about
shout
this.
out Ashlyn.
Yeah, I think you would had some communication with him about.
Yeah.
this. He kind of got
Yeah.
promoted a little bit from
Oh, okay.
his superiors
Yeah.
in the Golden Fields. So.
Sorry, Ashlyn, I forgot to tell you that he was promoted.
Aw, congratulations.
Yeah.
I thought I told you. I must have slipped my mind. It's just, I've been so busy. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
but
That's awesome.
It's great to see you.
Yeah. Any cool places around here?
He kind of looks around. We have the Nightstone Inn.
Yeah.
It's-
Cool.
And the stables. Those are pretty nice.
Yeah. Walk by there. This is a really lovely, quaint town. I'm so glad that you're here.
It's small. It's quiet.
Yeah. Got that charm.
It's very, very peaceful here.
Hmm.
I don't think this town would ever see too much action.
Anymore.
Yeah, from what I hear, it was pretty hopping back in the day, but so we're gonna go to the forest and do some stuff. Are you gonna stay here for the time being?
Yeah, I've got a lot to do. You're going to the forest?
Yeah.
What's in the forest?
My home and my temple. You know, that kind of stuff. My temple, my
You're going back home?
monastery. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know why. Why are we going back home, Diana?
You don't know
We hated
why you're
home.
Going back home?
No, this was very quickly
Because-
discussed earlier at breakfast.
Why we're going back to our clan?
Yeah.
You and Callista are going back to the clan to drop off Mother because it's not good for.
They made fun of me all the time. They called
Do
me
you
like
want me to just take? I can go.
special and
Well, Callista, I don't want to leave you alone with them. Like,
I've been
God, they're just.
Dealing with
Bloody hell, I'll
discrimination
go with
since I was
her.
little. That's fine. I'm not worried about elven bullshit. It's fine. I'll take your
You're
mom.
right.
Make
Diana, we should do this together. We should march in there loud and proud and be awesome, because we are awesome.
That's what I said, but I don't want to force you.
Come on, Diana, we can do this together. I couldn't do this without you.
I don't know.
I
if
can't
can
do
this
without
in
you.
General.
You can do it.
Fine, I'll go.
We'll all go together, and we'll be hailed as heroes instead of mocked. Hopefully. By everyone that knows us and loves us, ever.
And actually saying that,
Stone.
Wolfen walks off.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice
Wolfen
having
Let's
just
you.
not
walks
bring the boys. Let's not. I'll whisper. Let's not bring Muffin and Lachlan. I think they might impeach that whole hero thing. They're gonna. My clan already thinks that I murdered somebody. Let's not bring the actual murderers here.
I'm like licking a poison arrow right now.
We're all
You didn't-
murderers, but still.
Diana, you didn't murder anyone. It was an accident. You were
That
freaking
was an
children.
accident. Don't worry about that, Diana.
And I'd rather keep us. I don't want to split the party.
You know, no
Especially
one
in the
holds it against
circumstances
you.
last night.
Fair
Let's stick
point.
together.
And you hold that more against yourself than anyone else does.
Yeah.
And I knew Salim.
I know.
We're all friends together. Don't worry, Diana.
I know.
We all love you.
Oh, thank you. All right. We'll go.
We can do
I'll
it.
go.
We can do it together.
We can do it together. Yay!
Yes.
Where's my mom?
Your mom's been with you, so
Yeah.
Okay, mother. Okay.
are you trying to talk to her? Is that what you want? You want to talk to her?
I don't know. I was just kind of looking at her. I
Okay.
was just kind of like, mother.
You get the sense she's kind of excited to be headed home.
The privilege. No.
Lol.
She just from what you remember, like, she didn't really leave the Ardeep Forest that much.
Yeah.
So it just seems familiar to her. She just
This is probably the adventure of her life that she had, living with a goblin.
it was quite the adventure.
At least the goblin was, magically forced to be subservient and polite.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, good thing too. Good thing.
All right. So,
Does it look like that house is? How far along is that house being repaired?
I mean, it's still got a pretty good ways to go. I mean,
You should see if it's the same owner before you ruin it.
Well, it was a month ago.
Yeah.
Is the door frame up?
let's say they got the frame up. They don't have a door in it yet.
Is there any writing or marks on the door frame like there were before?
Not on the door frame. The writings were on the actual door itself.
Is there anyone working on the house right now?
Yeah, there's a few people.
I'm just gonna sort of call one of them over.
One of them kind of looks like he's been working all day. He's tired. He's sweating. He wipes some sweat off his face. And yeah, what can I do for you?
I'm hoping to ask a favor of you with sort of off the record, if it will.
Alright.
The door you're going to put on this house, it is probably going to be asked to have some
Hinges.
characters, no, not hinges, some markings carved on it.
Okay. Sure.
I would like to pay you to leave one of them off. Doesn't matter, pick any one piece you'd like.
Sure. No problem. How much you gonna pay me?
50 platinum.
What? Okay. Are you sure you just want one? I mean, I can just leave it all off.
Yes. No, it's specifically, I want it small and unnoticeable.
less is more. I mean, right?
No, the homeowner will expect it done, so I want it rather small piece, just one little section left off.
Oh, piece of cake.
Sort of turn away so it really does, you can't see me going through the illusion. Turn away and blood and drop the 50 platinum into his hand.
Okay.
What?
He's like, whoa! He looks over his shoulder, like looking at the other workers. One standing on the roof, kind of like hammering and nailing something in. Hey, stop jerking around. We gotta get this truss up before the sun goes down. And he like slips it into a pouch. He's like, he winks at you. He's like, oh, I've got this.
I'm just gonna wander away.
He walks back over. He's like, it looks like he's like walking awkwardly. He's trying not to make too many jingling noises as he's walking by. Yep.
So I have catch back up with the group.
Okay. Wolfen catches back up.
All right. Well, we should be off. I guess. What time? Is it still morning? It's still morning. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Probably been about half an hour.
Well, I didn't know how long the tree walk took to cast.
That's like instant, I think.
Oh, okay.
It takes like 6
All right.
seconds to walk through it. So
It lasts for 1 round.
yeah.
Okay.
So each creature can take their turn to walk through it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, to the forest.
Yes.
Yep.
Forest.
Okay.
I got sick suddenly. I don't know. Maybe I should stay at the inn. I don't know.
We can do this,
Don't
Diana.
worry, we can throw you over the griffin and just have it follow Callista.
Fine, I'll go. And I hop on the griffin. I just walk.
So you guys make your way into the forest. I don't know if I have any good foresty music here. Just looking for something to work for a forest. Here we go. Wait. That's forest night, so it probably has crickets chirping.
Well, it's elf forest. There are always crickets chirping in elfland.
True.
I'll just do some of our
Oh,
regular.
it's southern forest, so they're not crickets, they're cicadas.
Cicadas, yeah, that is right.
That's true.
So you guys make your way into the Ardeep Forest. The trees are unique here. They have lots of vines that hang from them as you're making your way into the forest, and it gets dense very quickly. The foliage is very thick. You guys do find what looks to be some type of animal trail that makes travel a little bit easier. It's very dark in this forest. Even with the sun being out, it's very hard for the sun to kind of creep through the canopy. When you guys travel for probably about 2 hours. walking
Molfen
through
is
the forest.
actively keeping an eye out looking
Me
for people.
2 perception checks, please.
Okay, yeah, you guys can make perception checks. Sure.
I will roll one too because I am on edge.
All right.
I'm
Same.
moving stealthily.
Really? I crit and you beat me?
Yeah. Well, she crit failed.
Everybody beat me.
Oh,
I
no,
also
she-
beat you.
MG, you want to do a stealth check if you're sneaking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think that's a 21.
That's 21. Yeah.
I was gonna say you almost beat my passive perception, MG.
What?
Oh my
Melissa
goodness.
still knows you're there.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, mine's only 20.
Molfen, it seems like the farther you get into this forest, the cooler it gets. And Ashlyn, Molfen, Callista, there's just some kind of strange feeling about this place. There's a chill that just kind of constantly runs down the spine, your spine.
Not good.
Do I get the feeling it's arcane?
You don't.
Is it a feeling of being watched?
Not necessarily. You think if you were being watched, Molfen would have probably seen it with a natural 20 on his perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Callista, make a nature check.
Okay.
Since me and Ashlyn grew up here, would we know anything
You can
about
make a
that?
nature check.
Yeah,
too.
like-
Yeah. I'll give you guys.
Like, would it be
Ashlyn and
different-
Diana, you can have advantage on this.
I think I got negative in nature, so. Yep, negative in nature. 7. I don't know anything. But do I notice that it feels
Oh,
different from when I
Wow.
yeah, it does feel.
Yeah.
You had advantage. You would get a 15,
Do
Ashlyn.
you have a 15
was?
Ashlyn?
Oh, I got a 15. Okay.
Callista, it's hard to tell because of the fact that it's so dark in these woods. But as you're starting to look up at the canopy a little bit, and then you walk a little bit farther, and you find a low-hanging tree branch, and you pull one of the branches down, and you take a look at the leaves. The leaves on this tree almost seem to be withered a little bit, and they're blackening. It's almost as if
Like it's dying.
like the forest is sick.
Oh no.
And it seems like the farther you continue walking into the Ardeep Forest, the worse it gets.
Can I ask my mother if she remembers it being like this when she left?
She looks looks around and she walks up to Callista and kind of pulls one of the withered leaves off the tree. No.
Seems like it's sick.
Huh.
Whatever happened, it's
We're dying.
recent.
Is there like a path of it, or is it all over?
It's kind of like it's gradually changing as you're walking into the woods.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Like the hues are changing darker and darker as we
and
go
darker as you
further.
Yeah, the bark
Oh,
looks
it's
a little
worse as we go
darker.
in.
It's getting worse as you're going in closer to where
Oh, that's no good.
Diana's home and your home in the monastery is.
Yeah,
These
that's no
things
good.
can never just be simple, can they?
Just out of instinct, I light my hand on fire as we go farther into the dark.
Okay. Okay.
Wolfen will do the same, hold his staff out and cast a light on the end of his staff.
Okay. And Rald's kind of looking around as well with you guys. He doesn't see Lachlan at all.
Lachlan, yours was a 21?
Yeah, 21 stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all see
Hey, I
him.
know where Lachlan is.
Yeah, you guys.
I know where he is.
My passive was a 21.
See me like
Oh,
bungling
yeah,
in between
20.
trees.
My passive is 20.
Nice.
How do
Mine
y'all have
too.
such high passives?
Observant.
Not
Oh.
observant.
Lachlan, you're kind of moving between the trees a little bit. Moving
Yeah.
back and forth. Then you guys continuing to walk along this animal path?
Yeah.
Okay. About 20 more minutes pass. Bark on the trees is darkening a little bit more. The leaves seem to be withered and curled up even more on some of these trees. And then you go, like, Lachlan, you're probably are you kind of scouting ahead? Is that...
Yeah, I'm like probably several yards from the party at
You
least.
catch a whiff of rotting flesh. It smells like
Ugh.
rot. Like if, kind of like roadkill that's been sitting there for a few days.
Oh
That's
no.
what it smells like.
Like one of Gramps' experiments.
And then a short time passes, you guys all catch the breeze kind of brings it to your nostrils. This powerful stench.
How far away are we from our home village?
You're not 100% sure, but you're thinking within the next hour you should be getting to Diana's village. I believe.
Okay.
I can't, correct me if I'm wrong, Zos, but did we call it the Silverglade? Was that what it was called?
Yes.
That does
Okay,
sound
I'll write that
familiar,
down.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will write that down to my bio.
Oh God.
Mm.
What can you tell if Lachlan? Can you tell if that? Oh wait, I talk to the air. I'm like Lachlan, wherever you are.
Yes!
Do you? Oh,
He pops out from a tree
Do
right
you-
beside you.
oh my God. Okay. Do you think that that is animal or human? Can you find it?
I don't know. Have we smelled it? Like, is this a death smell?
Smells like something rotting.
Rotting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my mace out, my magic mace, and just kind of walk with it, just in case.
Okay.
And yeah, all right. Sorry to bother you, Lachlan. Go back to what you were doing.
Can I shimmy up a tree and kind of see if I can get a better view?
God.
Yeah.
Like a squirrel?
Yeah, you can. The problem with this is that the canopy is so dense.
Oh, that I won't really see
you
anything.
really don't think it's going to help you get any vantage point.
Okay. Fair enough. Then I'm just moving along with everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys continue your path. It doesn't take you but probably another 5 minutes to find the source of this smell. There is something, Lachlan, as you're going up there, that seems to be a little bit of... It's not like a huge clearing, but just off the side of the trail. Looks like there's not one, but it looks like several things laying on the side of the path. One of them's actually laying on the path. It looks like something furry. And just laying there. Still probably
Backpedal and tell everybody.
Okay.
Still probably what?
You're still probably about... Closest you got was probably like 50, 60 feet, so...
Furry.
I'm gonna go take a look.
Okay.
Carefully.
Lachlan, you guys watch as he...
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Interesting.
If he leaves
I do not run away. I was going to...
I think if he leaves your 30-foot radius or something like that, though, he won't get the plus 10, I think is the
You
right
could
word.
come with me.
I would probably go with him because Callista is very much invested in this.
I'll go with them too.
All right.
Looks like we're all going. Are you coming along, Diana?
I'm worried that if I'm worried about Mother, I'll stay by her.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll
Oh,
stay
yeah.
by Diana and Mom.
Yeah, you guys stay with like the Griffins and Riled.
Yeah,
Good.
I'll do
I will
that.
split the difference and be in between the group of you and the two of them up front.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So
I'll still
So
try
we
to
got
stealth
it.
it.
everybody's making stealth checks. Go ahead and make stealth checks as you're sneaking up.
Yeah, I'll try to stealth a
and
little.
Plus 10 to your roll with Pass Without a Trace.
Am I still
Ooh.
21 plus 10 or am I
22.
re-rolling?
Go ahead and re-roll for this one.
That's
Roger that.
terrible.
18,
26 plus 10.
22,
Even better.
25, 26.
Darker and more shadowy here.
25. What? 18. Okay. So you guys.
Yeah, lowest we had was an 18.
Good. So you sneak up. The stench of this rotting flesh is just getting like it's bringing tears to your eyes as you head up closer. The more you get closer and closer, you start to see there's actually flies like buzzing up above these furry creatures that are laying on the ground. And the closer and closer you get, Lachlan, you look over and they're wolves. It looks like a whole pack of them. But the closer you get, you realize that they have been like the underneath of their bellies and everything. They've been completely devoured from the inside. Like something has eaten their basically entire stomach region and guts, and there's just like their rib cage is like sitting out there, but they've been like almost picked clean other than their hide and their bones.
Message Callista.
Okay. Can I do like a nature check to see how, like, what type of creature did this?
Sure. Anybody who's up there would like to, you can.
And I'm covering her while she kind of focuses.
Hello.
Whoa.
Oh!
Okay.
It's a member of Acipicus Tialius.
It's
Might be a druid.
it's really odd to you, Callista, because it looks like maybe wolves or some kind of animal with teeth similar, just like it.
Okay.
But
So
whatever ate these also had weapons, because you find as you're looking over them, there's looks like spear. They've been stabbed. They've been. You see slashing wounds from swords.
Didn't we run into something a long time ago that fought the Uthgard barbarians or something?
When was that?
it was like
Back
early.
when we were up in the snow, yeah.
Yes,
We fought. It was like people that had transformed into wolves and fought the barbarians, or am I?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, the relics were taken by them. Let me see. Oh,
Yeah,
those.
Does it feel like there's a connection there when Lachlan says that, or is this something new? Like this is something Callista has not expected.
With your nature check, you do see there are tracks on the ground. Looks like
Mhm.
several of them. But they're not like the barbarians left like normal like human looking tracks.
Mhm.
Unless they were in their forms.
Mm.
But this is a very different it's a different footprint.
Right.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
They're not huge. They're not really big.
Bigfoot.
But
Oh,
they
okay.
definitely look.
Yeah,
They definitely look.
But it's very
animalistic.
unnatural.
It's unnatural, and it looks like it looks like there were several of them.
All right, I will relay that to the group.
And with your nature check as well, there's also smaller footprints around that kind of look like wolf prints as well.
Okay.
Does this mean the village is in danger?
Yeah,
I would
can we
say
pick
so.
Up,
We should hurry there.
let's pick
Well,
up the pace.
can I do like a brief little based off the information? Can I do like a history check or something to see if like growing up there were any like legends that like they told us as kids, like, hey, don't go off in the woods at night because something's gonna eat you type stuff that might have something to explain for this? Any superstitions?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a history check.
Okay.
Ooh, not bad.
19.
Pretty good.
One thing that the elves of your forest often recall, and something you never really put much stock into it. You thought it was just kind of like one of those things that they tell you to make sure you're in by night,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. La Llorona and all that.
Let me get I want to get the specific name for it for you, so that way you know exactly what they would call this. Kind of like a boogeyman type thing, you know?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Baba Yaga.
I'm missing it here. I had it.
is it like I don't know. Aliens.
They call it. They would tell you that they didn't want to see you get butchered by the beast of butchery.
That's not ominous.
Were there any other details, or just that?
Legend has it that there was a escape of a unnatural creature that represented an animal form. People of this area weren't too really familiar with the type of animal, but it was always surrounded by this terrible, terrible scent of rot and cackling laughter.
Great.
I relay that to the party. I look at Ashlyn and Mom. I'm like, oh, this is kind of spooky. This is kind of scary.
This is kind of spooky. We should head on to the village to make sure that they're okay.
I think
Or
you're
should we
right.
follow the footsteps?
Does the beast of butchery, when they tell us that, mean anything to Molfin? Anything that I've read?
Go ahead and make a history check.
It's a mythos.
Should we follow the footsteps or should we go to the
Would
village?
Ashlyn like
I
to make
think-
a history check? Maybe she'll remember some from our
Sure.
childhood.
Barely better.
Nope.
Oh.
20.
Pretty much about the same. It's
I can't get
Ashlyn.
better than a 19 in history, so.
Oh, do you have a -1?
I got a -1 in intel.
Oh.
Don't recall anything specific on this one, but Diana, do these footprints, do they seem to lead off towards your village or away?
Can I do a nature check?
Well,
Or ask
Kristy
Mom.
would.
You could do a survival check if you'd like to for tracks, if you
All
want.
right. Where is that on the list of things there?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
12.
That's 12. Well, it didn't come up on my screen yet. That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
didn't
didn't
come
come
up
up on
on
mine
mine.
yet either.
Oh.
That's strange.
Oh, connection to
Well.
server's been interrupted.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
I'm back.
There we
Yay.
go. Yeah, just had a blip. you kind of follow them around. It seems like they're really hard to follow because there's a lot of them and they're scattered around. It looks like you start following one, then you lead right up back up to Ashlyn, and then you start heading back around and start. Oh, come on, roll 20. Come back to me, and then you're coming back around and you stop and it seems like they're scattered everywhere. And you're looking around, you're looking down, and all of a sudden you look up and you catch a glimpse of something in the distance. And it jumps like behind a tree. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see something else move. And you start to hear...
I just immediately turn back to the party and I just yell ambush.
You holler and ambush?
I holler ambush to them.
So,
And
Are you
then
pointing where they are?
Yeah.
Would I with my
How
passive
far?
would I know where they are?
yeah, well, as she hollers ambush and she's running back, you guys can see things starting to pop out from the trees.
I'm invisibling.
And
Muffin's casting a spell.
well,
I
we're
ran
gonna-
it myself.
We're gonna roll initiative first because they got the jump on you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break right now, as you guys are seeing these creatures and they're hopping out from the trees, and immediately they look as if they are hyena-like in their facial features, but are standing almost like a humanoid, and they've got drool like dripping off of their pointed fangs, and they're looking at you with these bright kind of eyes, and they're just going and it looks like they're gonna charge you.
Okay.
And I'm just making a mad dash back to the party.
So with some initiative rolls.
Oh,
I
boy.
wonder why Diana's token doesn't show up when she drags it over there.
Yeah, that's weird.
It always brings the picture. Let me try something real quick.
And also why it's so huge.
Yeah, I apologize.
It's Illuminator saying that Vecna's power is so much greater than it's in this area. It needs a jumbo-sized Diana to take on
There
a
it is.
small gnome.
You see it there?
Nice.
I've got the actual token there, so you guys.
Yay!
Can put in your tokens.
Whoa,
Roll
not 20 on
Whoa,
initiative.
dang.
I've
Wow.
already rolled initiative for these guys, and I'm using the D&D Beyond combat tracker. So if
Okay.
you guys won't see them on your turn order, but I'm trying to utilize this. I'm not sure if I 100% like it yet. Of course, it's still in beta, so
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I see some benefits in it, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Are we like in a line kind of across the forest floor, or are we staggered?
I think we were sort of staggered. Where
I'm like
with,
lurking in the trees.
You and well, actually, no. Everything sort of went sideways when Diana went up front.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot about Roud. I need to put him on there.
And I'm gonna burn my inspiration from last time to get advantage on my initiative roll because why the hell not?
All right, there's Riled. Let me click on his token and roll initiative there for him.
Glad I did that.
Because Riled is definitely going to be here and join in.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah. What about Diana's mom? Does she need initiative?
Unfortunately,
No.
she is considered a commoner. So,
Oh, she's got like 1 hit point.
she's pretty squishy.
Collateral
Have the
damage.
griffins? Can the griffins like guard her kind of thing? Like,
You guys, do you have access to your Griffin tokens?
Yep.
Okay.
you should just have the griffins guard
You
her.
can pull the Griffin
It still says
tokens on
It still
there.
says young Griffin, but that's okay.
Oh, wait, here, let me give you guys control of a regular Griffin token.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Give me 1 second.
Nice.
Let me search my tokens here for Griffin. And it should pop up. Here we go. Somebody already has control of one. Let me see.
Oh, there we go.
Edit. Wait, it's in all players' journals.
Okay, I got it.
You guys don't.
Oh, because we were riding them earlier.
Yes.
That's right.
Do you see it?
Mm.
Zos, it'll be on your journal. It should be visible. It might be under NPCs, monsters, maybe.
Yep, they're under NBC's monsters. Yep.
And you guys can drag a Griffin token on there and we'll roll initiative for our Griffins too, because they are technically in the fray.
Oh, okay. That's nice to know.
Ooh, that's That is a massive griffin.
That's
Jeez.
Cleo got a 17.
Cleo's is a 17.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Well, it won't let me change the name. Weird. Okay, we'll say Cleo has a 17. Whoa, where did this other big griffin come from? There's already 2 griffins on there.
I think Zaz keeps dragging out images instead of clicking to open the sheet.
This is Cleo,
Cleo's
the one I'm
on there?
moving.
Gotcha. That's Cleo.
Yeah.
Okay. And Cleo has a 17.
Yep.
And Zos, if you click on that other griffin there that's right beside Riled, and then on the character sheet roll initiative for it. Oh, you were able to change its name. That's weird.
Yes, I was.
I wasn't
I
able
didn't
to.
do that.
I couldn't change it. It wouldn't let me. That's strange.
If you click on the token and click on the gear,
Oh.
You can
you
change
can
it.
edit the token name.
Usually it just lets me edit it on the turn order thing.
There we go.
Oh, interesting.
That's weird. Alright.
I'll roll for Salim.
Okay.
I can roll for Salim.
Oh, you want? Go ahead.
You find
Go
it?
ahead.
Cool. This.
Oh, on the monster sheet, it looks like a little die.
Yeah, you'll see like a little initiative. It'll say initiative and it has this little.
There you go.
There you
I did
go.
it.
You did it. All right. So now that we got
Salim is higher on the turn order than me.
everybody in descending order, Lachlan, you are first to act.
Yeah.
It looks like what you can visibly see is about 7 of these creatures right now, but it sounds like there's a lot more of them, and it sounds like they're all around you.
Great. They've broken the first rule of the art of war. Do I have a clear shot on any of these?
Yeah, the one that kind of came out and started darting towards Diana, that one you got a pretty clear shot at.
And am I reasonably confident this thing has hostile intent, that these aren't like innocent creatures that are being framed?
It doesn't look like it wants to ask her out on a date or have lunch.
Okay.
Well, it might.
I disagree.
It might want to have lunch. It might want to eat Diana for lunch.
Alrighty, then I will let loose with an arrow. Simple arrow, not do anything special.
Okay.
I suspect. You know what? Can I try to use my bonus action to hide behind a tree before I? Because I've been pretty stealthy, right? They may not know about my presence unless.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can hide behind a tree. I would say probably at this point you guys were all kind of scattered around, looking around at these things, and I'd go ahead and make your stealth check to hide for your bonus action, and then you can take your shot.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Ooh. 16. Yeah.
Well, Callista, we still have pass without trace on.
Technically.
True, right? So it's a 26.
Technically,
Thanks, Callista.
Yeah, 26.
I haven't dropped it yet. It's not my turn.
You're feeling
Thanks,
like you're pretty well hidden.
All right, then I'm gonna fire at the one that's charging Diana.
Okay.
The old oath bow. I'm gonna do I have advantage because I'm hidden? But
You do have advantage.
21 is a 21 hit.
21 hits.
Awesome.
Peeks out from behind the tree, lets loose as this thing's running towards Diana.
So it'll be a 10 plus my snack attack.
Oh wow. You drive an arrow right through the side of his throat. And it just, you see its spear fall to the ground and it just falls into a heap of leaves on the ground.
We got company. End turn.
Okay.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Molfin's going to burn his reaction.
Okay.
What?
Pulls out a
What?
small silver cage. And you watch as he starts talking to the cage and moving his hands around it.
Okay.
No, what's he doing?
What are you doing?
He's using Soul Cage.
And casting Soul Cage and its soul. And trapping
Because
it.
he knows too many D&D spells.
Shang Tsung over here.
As you watch as this just trail of essence travels into this little cage.
You
guys-
exploit a soul?
You guys hear the strange sound of as this thing slowly goes into this cage that Molfin's holding.
And just hold up, look at it. And
It just seems to sit there and just, it looks like this blue, almost like glowing smoke that seems to just start spinning around in the cage slowly as you shut the door.
Oh my god.
So that's Molfin's reaction.
Oh, you're sold.
Would you like to move, Lachlan?
No, I'm staying where I
Stand
am.
by this tree. Gotcha.
Yep.
That brings us to some of these creatures. These guys all of a sudden jump out from trees. They have an ability called Sudden Rush, which
Great.
allows them to move their movement speed twice towards the enemy.
Great.
And it doesn't provoke any opportunity attacks during it. Rushes up to. Actually, as Diana's running away, one of them's going to rush up to Diana. One of them rushes up to Callista. One of them towards Ashlyn. And as Molfin is going, closing the cage, one of them rushes up to him as well. It seems to be 4 of them as they're running. You almost with no, you're just like, doesn't seem like the dense foliage of the trees are even affecting them as they crack through some of the branches. One of them, they can make 3 attacks. Here.
Sure.
And they have short swords in their hands, and they're going to do 2 short swords and a bite. The first one is going to go towards Diana. So here's the first short sword, a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Second one is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
And then a bite attack, which is only a 10.
Miss.
Alright, so you feel this pain as you take 4 piercing and an additional 7 piercing from the 2 short sword slashes. And then as it tries to bite you, you just hear the snap of its teeth behind you. This one's going to you, Molfin. Here comes 2 short swords as you're smiling. A 20 to hit. That hits. A 19 to hit. That will also hit. And then a bite attack, which is a natural 1. So it's going into like this rage of
Loses a tooth.
Molfin takes 7 piercing and then an additional 5 piercing damage from these 2 short sword attacks. I think you're muted, but I can't hear what you're saying if you're. There you go.
We're just missing the grumbles.
Yeah, missing the grumbles. One of them's going to Callista. So here comes 2 short swords against Callista. That's a 6.
Nope.
And a 16.
Yep.
That one will hit. And a bite attack is going to be a natural
Nope.
1. So Callista, you are going to take 5 piercing damage from the short sword attack. Siri, stop talking to me. And the last one was headed to Ashlyn. So here we go. A short sword. It's 18.
But Ashlyn's internet is messing up right now.
Internet went out. Okay. I will. I'll go through these, and I don't think either of those are going to hit Ashlyn.
No.
Yeah, in all likelihood, no.
Those all miss. And that is going to end their turn and bring us to Callista.
Okay. Well, I'm maintaining passive without a trace for Lachlan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
So
Welcome back.
You will need to make
Sorry.
Oh, did you make your Constitution save? Gotcha.
Yep.
Ashlyn had attacked you, and it could not hit you.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You dodged easily out of the way as it's raging in front of you.
Haha!
Is it possible to do a 20-foot radius of an AoE without hitting my party members?
Well, it's kind of hard because you're gonna. The way these things are coming out, I mean, you could probably hit at most probably 3 of these guys at once. They're all really spread out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just angle it. Like, even if I only get 1 or 2, I'll just angle it so it doesn't hit my party.
Okay.
So you can tell me how many I hit with it, but I'm going to do an ice storm.
Okay. Perfect.
Because it's not concentration, and so I'm doing it at level 5.
Level 5. They're making a dexterity save.
Dexterity save,
Now,
please.
do you want this to include the one that's right in front of you?
If I can, without hitting anyone. If not, it doesn't matter which ones.
Sure, basically it's going to hit that one that's right in front of you, and it's going to hit 2 others that seem to be creeping up.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and make a dexterity save for this guy. And he rolls a 7.
Nope.
So
19 damage.
19 damage to that one. Okay.
Cold and bludgeoning.
Cold and bludgeoning. All right. That one is these amazing. What is it like? Sleet and hail like fall from the sky and.
Let's see. A hail of rock hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius. 20-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw. Takes 2d8 bludgeoning, 4d6 cold damage on a fail save. Hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so this hailstorm just goes nuts. The one in front of you is being pelted, holds up its hands to kind of avoid some of the damage. It's still standing, but you can see blood starting to pour from some of these wounds that this bludgeoning damage is causing. The other 2 that were behind it actually fall to the ground motionless.
Oh no.
Anything else?
And I'll kind of shift around because it's still standing in front of me, right?
It is, yes.
I'll shift so I'm in between it and Lachlan.
Okay.
And I guess as my bonus action, I'll kind of just do a command to my griffin to back up and protect Diana's mom.
Okay. Perfect.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. That brings us to Molfin.
Muted, BB.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any way I can sort of rotate around this thing that I can get 1 or 2 of these in a line?
You could probably get the one in front of you, and then there's one that looks like it's kind of creeping up on you guys. You could probably get 2 into a line.
Any that I could deal with the ones that are harrying the other members, or would I be getting my party in that same stretch?
You'd probably get your party, because everybody's kind of crammed in this one location. It's almost like you guys were surrounded by these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Different question. How far away from me is Callista and her guy?
Probably about 10 feet.
Would I be able, if I went over and got on the other side at Callista's, could I get a shot through and maybe get the 3 of them?
Yeah, you could do that if you're willing to take an opportunity attack from the one in front of you.
Oh,
I keep on forgetting. You got Dagger Darts, Misty Step. Who am I anyway?
You guys can go wherever the fuck you want on this map. It's fine. Looks at Ashlyn with her 120 feet movement.
So Molfin just appears next to the one right next to you, Callista.
And then something that Molfin hasn't done yet, because it took him some time to get it copied out of somebody's spellbook, is going to look at the now line in front, and I need some dexterity saves.
2 dexterity saves.
As
the one from
I am casting
Callista's first. It's an 8.
Nope.
Lightning bolt.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The second one is going to be a natural 1. 5. And the one that's kind of farther away. So
33, wow.
The first one there. And the last
Yeah,
dexterity save is going to be a 13. I don't think that's going to cut it either.
Nope.
So, Molfin, describe your lightning bolt for us.
So as Molfin is holding up, and very similar to how he casts Firebolt, with the staff out in front of him, one hand behind it, and you watch as this electrical energy travels up his right arm and sort of wraps around the staff, gathering up at the crystal at the top, and then just charging out forward in this
Pew!
Nice. It engulfs all 3 of these guys as it travels through. They go, and you can smell like burning, electrocuted flesh as all 3 of them land on the ground, kind of still twitching a little bit, and then their muscles stop, and they're all laying there just going all 3 of them have been destroyed. It smells a little bit like burnt hair.
It's like that ozone smell.
Yeah. Anything else?
So go over Callista. I hadn't tried that one yet.
Same, that was new too. You've never seen her cast that one either.
Yeah.
Okay.
New toys.
That brings us to some other guys.
Oh no.
These are the ones that were kind of on the outskirts.
Okay.
It seems like you've been peeling off most of those, but a couple of them run. One of them actually has a spear and is gonna throw it towards Lachlan. So here comes a spear attack at Lachlan. It's a 19 to hit.
That
It
is.
strikes Lachlan in the side for 5 piercing damage.
Oh gosh.
One of them throws a spear at Diana, who's trying to run away and causing a lot of noise, so they seem to pinpoint her.
Serpentine. Serpentine.
It's a, run like a squirrel. Run like a squirrel. That's it. Natural 1. It helped.
Hey, it worked. Yes.
It sticks into the ground
Serpentine.
next to your foot. One's gonna throw a spear to the back of Molfin. 11. Goes over your head and sticks into a tree. And
Right
then,
through the mohawk.
and then one of them can't get quite close enough to Ashlyn. Is going to throw its... Well, actually, it has a longbow. It takes a shot of its longbow at Ashlyn. An 8.
No.
Misses wildly. Disappears into the forest, clinging off of a few branches. That ends their turn, as they just use the rest of their turn to move closer. They're probably within 1 movement, so about 30 feet of all of you now. And they're definitely visible. Let me double check my next initiative order on here, so that I know who's next. Cleo is next.
All right, so Cleo will back up and protect Diana's mama.
So just kind of basically holding an attack if anything gets near.
Yeah, holding an action if it gets near her.
Perfect. And that will bring us to Riled. What do you guys think Riled would do in this situation?
He's got his staff of power. You think he's not going to use it?
Yeah, he got that power. That's right. He can see a few of those guys. He is also he's smart enough to know he's seeing some of them go down. Doesn't really have much when it goes to, like, you know, attack rolls and things like that. Other than with the staff, and I don't think he wants to blow use of the staff just right away. How many charges? It has 10, right?
Let me double check.
It has 10, and then it should recharge, right?
Yeah, it's definitely recharged.
Thought it had more than that.
I might have
charges.
more. Oh, 20. Okay.
He's gonna look over to where he can see a couple of them, and he's gonna go ahead and he's going to try to cast Web.
How appropriate.
And so basically, webs attached to the trees in a 20-foot cube over, I'd say, kind of like to the left of you guys. So all these webs kind of emerge, and it's considered its area is lightly obscured. It's difficult terrain, and it looks like it kind of blocked that side from these guys a little bit. It looks like each creature that starts its turn in the webs. So basically, he's going to cast it on 2 of them. So they're going to make at the start of their turn, they make a dexterity saving throw for that. So he's basically trying to block that whole side, so that way you guys can't have these guys coming up on your 6.
Yep.
All right. And he stands there ready to go. Some more of these things start to approach out of the woods. These ones seem to also be wielding spears, but also have longbows. And they start kind of just moving up to trees, kind of taking cover like Lachlan's doing behind trees and staying in the outskirts, trying to move in a position. A couple of them have to use both their movements because they can't shoot around the webs that Riled had just put up. But it looks like 2 of them are going to get to actually take shots, and they get to take 2 ranged attacks with their longbow. 2 of them are going to come towards Lachlan, and 2 of them are going to come towards Callista. So here comes 2 longbows, a natural 1 to Lachlan. Flies over your head, misses wildly. You didn't even have to dodge out of the way. You just like stood there. Yeah. The next one is an 8. It's probably not any better.
Still wouldn't hit, right?
And Callista, here comes 2 to you. A 14. Not gonna do it.
Nope.
And a even worse, a 12. So those fire wide. And that ends their turns. And brings us to a creature crawling, well, on all 4s, runs out of the woods. It looks like a hyena, but it's a massive hyena. And
Like bigger than
like a dire hyena.
Kind of looks like this.
Something.
It looks like a hyena that has rabies. Like,
Oh, great. So it's like monstrosity level, not...
It's
okay.
running right straight towards Diana. It uses
Okay.
all of its movement to get next to her.
Damn
And
it.
that's all it can do. That brings us to Ashlyn.
How far away is the hyena?
Probably about 15 feet away from you, Ashlyn. You still got one of these guys like right in
like
front of
one
you,
step.
snarling.
It's okay. I will. I can do a mobile thing. Let's see. All right. I'm going to hit the one in front of me.
Okay.
Try to hit the one in front of me.
Sure.
Let's see if I can. Stiff Thunder. 15? Probably not.
15? That's weird. Didn't show up on my roll 20. My roll 20 must be glitching again.
Mine's really bad too tonight. So.
15 does hit.
Okay, so hit the one in front of me.
Yep. You can go ahead and roll.
14 bludgeoning.
14 bludgeoning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I will
there goes.
run to the one by Diana, not provoking an attack of opportunity, because I've got mobile. Mobile?
You do.
Mobile? Mobile.
Agile.
So you just
So
you catch it, you smack it, and it's stunned for a second, holding its hand over its face, and then you just skitter off close to Diana.
and then I'll try to flank the big thing by Diana if I
Sure,
can.
You can.
Okay, and then I'll hit it and then try to do a martial arts against it too. Try to hit it. Okay, so Staff of Thunder, 28.
Yes.
Hey.
So it'll do 12 bludgeoning against that.
12
I'm gonna
bludgeoning.
do Flurry
Okay.
of Blows. So I'm gonna take 2 martial arts attacks.
Okay.
So 25.
Kick to the ribs. Yes, that hits.
Okay. 11.
11 points. Okay.
And then we'll stomp on its foot for 24.
24. Yes.
And 8. That's not as good.
I would
That's
like
okay.
stomp on his foot for 24, please. Yes, that's an additional 8 points of damage. So Ashlyn just storms up behind this massive hyena. Diana just starts wailing on the thing and gives it one last stomp on its back foot, and you hear it go "Arr!" as it lands on it. It looks like you put a beating on it already, Ashlyn.
Oh, good. Okay.
That end of your turn?
Yep, end of my turn.
All right, Salim is up.
Okay, so Salim, kind of seeing that his sister has got, grandma on lock, will fly to what? His fly speed is 80 feet. He can reach me, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will fly towards where me and Ashlyn are, and originally I was gonna have him swoop me up, but now that Ashlyn's here, I don't feel like I need to run so much. I guess he will pick a fight with that hyena type thing.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna try to. I think do griffins have multi-attack? Can they bite and claw?
Ooh, they do in fact. They make 2 attacks,
do.
one with their beak and
Yep.
one with their claws.
Okay.
So he'll make a beak attack and a claw attack.
Okay, perfect. So Salim flies up, lands right next to the hyena, and that is gonna hit him. Yes. they both hit.
Wow.
And
Go,
Salim
Celine.
comes out of nowhere, bites into the side of this hyena, and
Yeah.
it takes both of its claws and just rakes down the side, and you can see blood just pour out of the hyena, and the hyena just flops to the ground.
First blood for the Griffins! Hey!
My baby boy, he made his first kill. I'm
Yep.
so proud.
That you know of, there could be horses out there somewhere.
That hyena's dead.
Yeah, that'll be his reward.
Okay, next up after Salim is going to be some smaller hyenas
Jeez.
that seem to be bringing up the rear. Start coming out. But they just charge towards you guys. They were pretty far off. So you can see like there's basically a pack of them headed your way. It looks like about 8 of them coming. Kind of along the trail. It seems like they're just headed right towards where Lachlan and Callista are standing up front. That ends their turn. And let's see. Two arrows seem to come out of nowhere to the right of you guys. They're both going to Lachlan.
All right.
One of them is going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That hits, and one of them is going to be a 14.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. So that one hits the tree next to you. The first longbow is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. And
Okay.
as you turn,
Why don't you have like armor +3 by now? Like leather armor +3.
Good question.
as you turn around to look at what fired at you, coming out from the fog of this sickly forest is another one of these creatures, but it looks like it stands much taller. And it has a crudely looking like chained armor shirt. And all these different things hanging from it, and you notice as it gets closer, they look like skulls hanging from its armor. Kind of like the Predator, how the Predator has those skulls that hang from his armor. And he's putting his longbow away, and he gets out this massive glaive. And he's slowly like walking towards you guys, and he's just grinning, and just drool is pouring out of his mouth. And that brings us to Diana.
All right. Okay, so where do I think most of these creatures are all like seeming to pour out of? Like, where's the largest density of the group?
Right now, like the pack of hyenas is a little bit densely together, coming at you from the front. They're still about 30 feet away from you guys, but they're ahead of you on the little animal trail. And they're all just cackling and growling as they're headed and charging your way.
Alrighty then, I'm going to cast Wall of Fire and kind of like hopefully like kind of catch them as they're like running. I just want them to run straight into it, like dogs running into a glass door.
Okay. Okay.
So specific, but so accurate.
So you're casting it like right in front of this pack of hyenas coming at you?
I guess so, yeah. And if there are any like other little ting-tings,
yeah, you can.
That's the damage, I guess. It's a dexterity save. It's just a straight line,
Okay,
like 30 feet in front of me.
I don't even have to make the save for this. As you cast the Wall of Fire, you just hear terrible, painful howling come from behind the Wall of Fire, and then nothing.
Are there other enemies coming up from that side too?
Massive Wall of Fire about 30 feet ahead of you guys, and you don't hear anything from behind that wall anymore.
Alright, looks impressed.
It can be up to 60 feet long.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Like, how big is this clearing?
Australia.
It's massive. You do hit. Yeah, you hit a couple of those guys that were there's a guy that was firing arrows out there. You would hit him. I do need to make a saving throw for him.
Okay, cool.
Let me go ahead and make a, because it is 60 foot, so I'm gonna make is it dexterity? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's dex.
That's gonna fail.
Nope.
Yay! He takes 27 points of damage.
He's still alive, but he's cooked. And there's another one that will not make a saving throw, but you hear him go, "Ah!" and just fall over and die.
Yay!
This is awesome.
Yay!
It's your mind melding with me. I can't believe this.
Were we both thinking set them on fire?
Yep.
Yep.
Anything else for you, Diana?
Nope, that's it. Hopefully this is a magical fire that I can contain and dispel at will so it does not burn down the forest. That's it.
It is a magical fire.
Oh wait, as a bonus action? Oh no, wait, I can't do 2 spells. Never mind. No bonus action. I don't have any bonus actions. I was gonna spiritual weapon, but that's not. I can't do that.
Next turn.
Never mind. Bye.
It's a leveled one.
Now,
If you did a cantrip with a bonus action, you could do that.
Yeah.
the last thing to go in the initiative order hops out
Oh,
from
no.
More behind you guys.
Right. So there's the one that Lachlan saw, and there's this other one.
There's this other one. The one Lachlan saw is
Okay.
over kind of to the right of you guys. This one kind of comes from behind. And it looks like
Okay.
it's got its ears pierced with all these decorative earrings and things like that. And looks like it's got war paint like all over its fur as it makes its way up to you guys. It's not wielding any weapons. It doesn't seem to have any armor. It's wearing nothing but like kind of like a loincloth. But it charges you guys kind of rapidly, and it actually goes to Cleo, which will actually give Cleo will trigger his action. So you can go ahead and make the bite and claw attack against this first.
Well, okay. Okay, so the beak is 22.
That will hit.
All right, 10. And I'm going to give Cleo my natural 20 for the claws.
Okay, perfect. Natural 20. So go ahead and roll. Go roll damage, and we'll and you can roll it twice or roll whatever double.
Yeah, I'll
damages.
just double the dice.
Nat 20 is used. It's Cleo.
18.
18 points of damage. Nice. Yeah, Cleo kind of claws through its face. It reels back a little bit, but then just goes nuts and just starts this flurry of scratches towards Cleo as it makes 3 attacks, 2 with its claws and 1 with a bite against Cleo. So let me get this bad boy out here. So here comes 2 claw attacks towards Cleo. That's a natural 20 on the first one. The second claw
Crit for crit.
is only a 7, so that one
Miss.
probably misses and hits the ground. And then a bite attack. 14.
Just hits.
Okay, he's going to need to make a
Wait,
Constitution saving throw for me. That's
16?
Is that, yeah, DC 12. So it doesn't take the poison damage. But for the bite, 6 piercing to Cleo. And for the claw, natural 20, that's going to be 14 points of slashing to Cleo. As this thing just snarls at Cleo.
Oh yeah, they are armored. You're right, Sauce.
Yeah, they are armored, yep.
Yep.
But
I put their base was 12. I put it up to 14.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Damn.
That brings us back to the top of the order with Lachlan. These things came out like seemingly nowhere, and there's a lot of them, Lachlan.
Yeah, I like these odds. All right, I'm using my cunning action to try to hide again. My move, try to like dart from tree to tree. I want to kind of try to see if I can get the jump on the big guy.
Big guy? Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, those skulls.
You get a plus 10.
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna do that. Stealth. Ooh.
Yeah. 20, yeah. You're pretty,
26. Okay.
yeah,
okay.
you're pretty sure you were able to kind of confuse him a little bit with the way that you were moving through the trees. Yep.
From the quiver of Alona, I pull out one of my new ice eggs. The former king.
Oh, it's very cold.
Give it a little kiss.
Cold to the touch.
And yeah. Whew.
From the king.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna let one loose
with
at the big guy.
All right.
Does a 27 hit?
Indeed it does. Go ahead and roll your ice arrow damage as it looks like it's
All right.
looks like there's snow falling from it as you fire it through the air. Oh.
That's what is that? Yeah, sneak and cold from the far arrow. Yeah.
+7, so it's 40 points of damage to this guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's -10 feet on its movement, I believe. Is that also?
I think you are correct. It says that reduces the speed by 10 feet until the start of my next.
Yeah, so it's like covered in ice and frost when it gets hit. It seems to drift back just the slightest bit, get its eyes back on you, and snarls once again. Takes some of the ice that's on its fur and rips it off and throws it down onto the ground.
The hunter is now the hunted.
Turn, okay.
Yeah.
Callista. Wait, let me double check one thing.
Oh
Make sure I don't. No, you're not up. We've still got 2 of these guys left. The one that was in front of Ashlyn.
Oh, right.
Rushes up towards her and is going to go ahead and make more attacks against Ashlyn. This one's going to be 2 short swords and a bite.
Okay.
23.
Will not hit.
Will not hit.
Will not hit. I use my Kenzai weapon to push out the way.
19 will not do it. And a bite is going to be a... Come on, roll 20. Are you there, roll 20? I'm going to click on it again, just in case. A 7.
Nope. Yeah.
None of those do anything. The other one that's still standing in front of Diana, that Diana seemed to ignore to take care of the larger batch of hyenas coming your way. 2 short swords, Diana. That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
The second one is going to be only an 8. I don't think that's going to hit. As you deflect it with your shield, and the bite does 17. I think is a 17 good enough to hit you?
It hits.
It hits you. Okay.
Aww.
So the natural 20 is going to do 12 points of piercing damage to you, Diana. As this one sneaks past your armor, and the bite attack is 7 piercing as it bites down on your shoulder.
Aww.
It almost seems
If
to
that was 3
enjoy.
6s, we would have had a problem.
It almost seems to enjoy tasting your blood.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah.
And that brings us to
Gross.
Callista.
Okay, Callista's pissed. So you see both her hands light up in a very vivid blue flame, and I cast fire.
Ah.
What?
Oh,
And
God.
I choose not to burn the plant life around me.
Okay. A storm made up of sheets of roaring flame.
10 by 10.
10 by 10 foot cubes. Which you can arrange as you wish. How many cubes?
So I'd like 10.
Oh, it,
10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'd like to hit the one that's attacking Cleo, and I'd like it to wrap around and hit as many as it wants until I hit the big guy.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are currently 11 enemies visible.
Okay,
So you can get all of them but 1.
I'll do it.
Awesome.
Which one would you like to leave out of the firestorm before I start rolling all these saves?
I don't know. Whatever one that looks the most hurt.
Whichever one looks the most hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. The one,
Probably the one next to Cleo.
actually the one farther back, the one that got kind of toasted from the wall of fire, actually looks pretty weak.
Yeah, so I'll leave that one alone because Diana was working on that one.
Okay, you leave that one alone.
Diana's got
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
What's half damage on this? A 59, that's like what, 28?
29.
29 points of damage. Okay. I'm not gonna roll for that one.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, 28.
Is it 28?
Oh,
I only need to roll, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves. 3 of the ones that were throwing spears and are now weaponless are consumed in a cube of fire, and you guys just hear terrible guttural screams come from the cubes of these fire, and all 3 of them are burnt to a crisp, and they no longer have any hair left as they are sizzling on the ground in the forest.
It's horrific.
That does not smell good.
The one in front of you, Ashlyn, that's been trying to rip you apart, is also consumed by the fire and is now laying bald and burnt and bubbling in front of you and is no longer there. The one that was walking towards you confidently, Lachlan, with its glaive in its hand and now frosty all over it, all of a sudden is consumed by this fire cube, and you just hear from beyond, and the glaive goes flying up in the air, and as it lands, you just see that creature is also dead.
Nice one!
Let me see here. Okay, now the rest of them actually do get to make a saving throw. All
right.
So here comes dex saves for all. 18. That fails. So that one is a 16 fail?
16 fail, yep.
Okay, so that one that was shooting arrows towards you guys from a tree is burnt to a crisp and dies. The next one, burnt to a crisp and dies. The next one, burnt to a crisp and dies.
Don't touch my...
And
don't hurt Diana.
This next one gets to make a saving throw. This is the one that's like been chasing after Diana, and Diana's kind of been ignoring it, like shooting spells at other things. It makes its dex save and succeeds.
Succeeds, damn!
It is burning and on fire inside this cube. It looks like it's barely standing.
Okay.
As it's toasted, and the one that's beside Cleo makes
Yeah.
its saving throw. Dexterity. Natural
Nope.
one. So it takes all 59 points of damage. It's still standing, but it also looks like it's barely holding on to life. Most of its fur has been burnt off, and it looks even more sickly. It's like this bald, humanoid, terrible-looking hyena creature that has boils starting to form on it from all the burns that it has on it. It's withstood. I think that does it for everybody who had to make a saving throw.
Okay, so as my bonus action now, I'm going to turn into an earth elemental.
Okay.
And use my movement to go into the ground and pop up underneath it. Pop up beside it, behind it.
Behind which one? The one that you just...
the one that's been attacking Cleo.
Okay, you see the earth kind of rumble. Kind of like when Bugs Bunny, tunnels.
Yep.
and this massive earth elemental comes bursting out of the ground right next to this creature. And that, I believe, ends your turn.
Is my turn.
Right, fantastic. Molfin, that brings us up to you.
So, if I follow, there's only 2 left right now. One that's inside a wall of fire, and the one that Calista just pretty much pinned up.
There are 3 left. There's one about probably 40 feet away from you that was firing arrows at you guys. It looks very badly hurt. There's one next to Diana that looks pretty toasted. And there's one next to the Earth Elemental and Cleo and Riled and all of them that looks pretty toasted as well.
Okay, and that one that was firing the arrows, is that the one that's out by in Diana's wall of fire that's still up, or?
Yes, currently yes.
Okay. Yeah, not going to go over there. And how's Cleo looking versus how Diana's looking?
How's Cleo looking?
Cleo's sitting at 39 hit points.
Diane has 55. Cleo's good. Cleo needs more. He needs it more than I do. And I had just mass cure wounds us,
Okay, Molfin's pretty sure Diana can take care of herself. How far is that thing from, how far is that one that Calista's got sort of pinned up?
About 20 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Molfin's going to run over to the one that Callista just popped up beside.
Okay. You would be flanking because you got a lot of people around it. You guys have surrounded it.
Oh, okay. Gonna just come running up with the staff and just try to take a swing at it.
All right, perfect.
Hell yeah.
Callista, in your Earth Elemental form, you're watching this little gnome wizard.
I'll hold my arm out like a wall to like let him bounce.
That's it.
I don't have quarter stuff on that screen for some reason, so give me a second. Let me jump into roll 20 again. Okay. There we are. Oh, nope. Why are you not rolling? There we go. Quarterstaff.
Hey.
21.
That will hit.
Jeez.
Okay. Oh, it is this set. Let me see if this has the right. Oh, no, not that I want to. Yep. Oh, that doesn't have everything on it.
10 points of damage?
No, 10 points and.
Oh, you have sneak attack.
Oh, I forgot sneak
You
attack.
do have sneak attack.
You
Yeah.
do have sneak
You
attack!
got sneak attack.
2d8, so 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
You have a 2d8 sneak attack?
No, 2d8 cold damage from the hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And what's level 1 rogue? That's 1d6 for sneak attack.
1d6.
right?
1d6.
Yeah.
1d6 sneak attack.
Hey,
That's
see, look at
ridiculous.
that.
Wow.
So,
I can't believe I forgot you have sneak attack. Have we been missing out on this the whole time?
He doesn't do a lot of.
It's not
Melee
often that I melee
That's
attack
true,
people.
yeah.
Molfin, now seeing that this creature is surrounded and just trying to, you guys got a back
His
into
inner
a
rogue.
corner. You watch just over the creature's shoulder, Callista, as this gnome wizard just sneaks up and goes, yeah, right at the snake. As the earth elemental sneezes, it seems to give the questioning look and then right on the back of the head, and it just looks at you for a moment. It's all calm, and then goes onto the ground.
Nice.
Motionless.
And then as a bonus action, I'm actually going to pull out my little cage, and I'm going to use the soul to heal myself.
Okay.
Because one of
That's
the
not
things I
evil.
can do from the soul is to drain life from it.
So you're gonna get
That
2
sounds
D8
horrible.
hit points. You drain the soul.
Nice. Nice.
Wow.
Just call me the soul master.
Oh my
No, I
gosh.
will not be calling you that.
Molfin, and as you do
Oh my
this
gosh.
too, you start to hear echoes from the shroud.
Oh
As it
no.
starts, you just hear these. It sounds like thousands of voices. Yes, that's what happens. What's ways? Keep it coming. Oh, you're adding to the armies. You will be one again. Just all these random
Ooh.
things, like just talking into your mind.
Creepy.
Is that on your turn moment?
Yep.
Okay.
You're the little probably knows as moment as he does it, just sort of all of a sudden go.
Those are all dead.
Okay.
So that brings us to Cleo.
So wrong.
Cleo will just kind of like back up behind me
Okay. Just
for now
kind of stand
and hold an attack
hold an
just in
attack.
case. Yep.
Roud, seeing that things are pretty much in hand, is also going to hold an attack if anything comes near the Griffins or Diana's mom.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to the one. Now, Diana, refresh my memory with your wall of fire. Does it take damage at the start of its turn, or...
Let me check.
Because if it did, it already took its damage, so I'd say it would have taken its damage, like, now. And then it would still get to act on its turn. I'm just trying to see if it takes damage.
When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Oh,
The
ends
other
its
side of
turn.
the wall deals no damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one runs obviously out around the wall, and because it was a 60-foot wall, it was kind of towards the edge of it because you cast it more towards the hyenas, so it kind of gets around a vantage point, and it's going to take longbow shots. The closest one I can see, it's actually going to take them at you, Diana. 2 longbow shots coming to you. Is it still trying to keep its distance? First one is only 11. Don't think that's going to hit. You block it with your shield. And the second one is a 22.
Ooh.
Don't think you're quick enough to get your
that
shield
one
up for
hits
that one.
me.
So
That one hits me.
So your speed is going to be reduced by 10 feet. It actually hits you in the leg. And you're going to take 7 piercing damage from the arrow as well.
Wow.
And that brings us to...
No, then it takes damage from the wall of...
Well,
oh, it's still not...
It ran out,
It
yeah.
ran out around it.
Okay, around it. Okay.
But
Alright,
he's
so
looking
how's
really
it
bad.
looking,
Like,
though?
he looks like he's just got
Okay.
tufts of fur and these like boils and burn like flesh, as you can see from all over.
Okay. Can I run up to it in one turn, or...
Yeah, as a monk, yeah. Totally.
Okay. Okay. I'll run up to it, and I'll try to take a couple hits at it.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright,
It seems startled by your speed.
Probably not gonna hit.
Let me double check. That still might hit. That does hit.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So for 14...
And you almost take its head completely off with the staff as you come
Okay.
around. It just spins in the air and lands behind
Oh,
the
I
tree.
hate it when that happens. Alright, can I dash to get to the other one, or is it too far away?
That one, since you went kind of farther away from it, let me double check. No, it's back at Diana, so yeah, technically you could.
Okay. I will use a key point and dash.
Okay. You
And
rush
go
up.
to the other one. And I will take another hit at it. If I can. Staff of Thunder, 22.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, so 9 on this one.
Okay, how would you like
And-
how would you like to finish this off, Ashlyn?
I'd like to go boop on its nose and just have it go oh, and it falls to the ground on its knees and then keel over.
And that's exactly how it happens too.
Okay.
And it falls into a just a pile of leaves. And they're off to the side. And you guys are out of encounter.
Nice.
As these things are all just laying around, burnt to a crisp. I'm gonna remove all
I
the
dispel wall of fire.
Okay, spell wall of fire. Seemed like it did kind of... The heat from the fire itself didn't necessarily burn the trees beyond, but it's almost like if it's kind of like putting a hairdryer to plastic and letting it bend,
Oh.
letting it bend a little bit. It's kind of bent some of the branches and stuff and warped them a little bit. But we are out of initiative order.
Yeah, mine specifically says I can say plant life is
Sure. Yeah.
completely normal.
And Raul just kind of looks, oh, what is going on? What was that?
I
No idea.
run to my mother.
And she looks like,
Was that the boogeyman?
The boogeyman.
Maybe.
Yeah, our boogeyman, Diana.
Yeah, I think it was. I didn't think that those were real. That's freaky. Well, mother.
but I had no idea they were real.
Why'd you tell me about them then? Jeez.
It's just something that we always said. I mean, it's just...
Oh, you know, the tradition of emotionally scarring your child with tales of terrible monsters. But these ones are real.
I'm sorry, dear. I did not mean to.
It's okay. I'm kidding.
She looks like she's actually like shaking. Like she looks physically.
Oh,
physically
I
frightened.
hug her. I hug her
I
and I hold her so she doesn't shake.
drop my elemental form and cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Oh yeah, pff, same.
Yeah, Diana actually looks like she's got some, blood pouring out of some of her.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah, she looks pretty injured.
Heal my griffin.
Okay.
I'm just going to sort of plop down on the ground next to the group a little bit and pull out the cage and look over towards Diana.
What are you doing on the ground? We have to go check the village.
Well, perhaps we should ask and see where they've been and where they're going.
Ask what?
Ooh.
The soul.
Village, though, Molfin, can you maintain it for a little longer?
Yes, this little friend remains with me for the next 8 hours or so.
Which one?
I'm
gonna run.
Which soul did
We
you
will-
grab in it?
Huh?
Which soul did you grab in it?
The first one, Lachlan fired off a shot right at the beginning.
Okay, didn't you use that one to heal yourself?
Yes, but I can utilize a soul 6 times.
6 times.
Oh god.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's my bitch until I either destroy the cage or use it 6
Wow.
times.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so it's trapped in there. Gotcha.
Oh my
I thought you
God.
only had
Oh,
one
well
use of it.
then.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I think Ashlyn is
Yeah.
bolting off.
I'm bolting
Towards
off
the
towards the village.
Oh, yeah.
No! Oh my god, I call Ashlyn back. We can't split up. We can't just run into the woods.
Yeah, I'm calling Mom, Dad, and I'm running towards the village.
Just running.
Jeez. Oh no 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 no.
Go by yourself.
I'm
let's
checking
go.
the bodies real quick.
Checking the body.
No!
Yeah.
I yell,
Molfin is
Ashlyn, come back!
Running and teleporting to try to keep up with, and Misty stepping to try to keep up with Ashlyn so she's not alone.
I'm on Cleo doing the same thing, trying to keep up with Ashlyn.
I recast Wall of Fire, but I put it on the non-damaging side that Ashlyn is running to, and I kind of like stick it in front because we're still. Shouldn't we talk about everything that we just did?
How far
I
can you
don't-
cast
I
Wall of
don't-
Fire?
I don't think you can try it because she's really fast.
I can cast it
God.
very far. I can cast it like 120 feet.
I run 130 feet per turn. with my dash.
Before
So
you
by the
can even-
time she took off, she was already out of range.
Yeah.
By the time she started running, your
It was too
your
late.
spells were like you're out of range.
Monks.
Lachlan, as the rest of your group seems to be like running off, heading towards
Guys?
a direction, you're kind of looking over the bodies, and you step over a fallen tree and see that one that had the glaive
Mm-hmm.
is lying there, and it's just barely alive, and it's looking.
I'm still
And
there.
it's motionless, laying there, but it's just like breathing a little bit heavy. And it looks up towards you. But it doesn't look like, it looks like it's just burnt to a crisp, and it looks like it's lost like all control of its like bodily, body functions, and it's just staring towards you.
We've got a live one. What's his name?
I run over to Lachlan and
Too
I
bad,
leave
'cause I could've talked
Salim
to
with my
him.
mom.
For the first time. But
What's it?
I run to where Lachlan is.
Okay. It just seems
Looking
like
down
it's
at this-
guttural sounds, and it starts to like cough a little bit. Coughs up some blood. Like spits it off
What?
to the side.
What should we do with it? Lachlan, what should we do?
Tie it up. Pull out my rope.
Oh my god! What are we gonna do? Interrogate it? Does it even speak
Yeah.
common? Does it speak common?
Probably speak something.
I do have a spell for that.
I am attempting to do one of my best knots that even I couldn't escape from.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's this thing. It's not really moving, other than the fact that it's like barely hanging on to life.
Is it like at 1 hit point basically?
They're probably less than that. Probably like 0.2
Ooh.
hit points.
Somebody sneeze on it.
If Lachlan gives it too bad of a rope burn, it will die. So Lachlan is securely tying this. Are you tying it like up onto like to a tree or like?
I think we want to bring it back with us. Let's
I
catch up.
cast
Let's get
Healing
this thing.
Word.
You cast Healing Word on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I can like kind of like lowball, like if I could roll a nat 1 on this, I would.
Lachlan,
Like I don't want to give it too much help.
I would have certainly attempted to tie it up. Yeah.
How? Okay, go ahead and.
I don't know if there's a roll for that.
Okay, so it regains 6 hit points.
That was a nat 1. Good job.
What kind of roll is it? Is that like?
For what?
For tying it up.
Let's go ahead and make a. Let's just call this dexterity.
Okay.
I would make sure that it was tied up before I would do that. Just saying, I would not want this thing to get out.
Well, we're about to see. Okay, a 19. Okay.
And as it heals, it immediately starts to go into frantic rage. And
Oopsie!
Why did you heal it?
And it's going to try to break out of that knot.
Oh my god!
right.
Can I bonk it? Can we bonk it? I bonk it with the mace.
But I already closed out its character sheet, so I'm going to have to roll this on the side here. And it is unable to break the rope. It's trying to bite. At anything, it's wrapped up.
Whoa, big guy! Whoa!
Its legs start kicking.
Can I non-lethally? Can I non-lethally bonk it with my mace?
Maybe a good idea.
Try to knock it out with your mace, sure. Make
Okay.
an attack roll with advantage.
Okay.
It's drooling on me.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You can roll your damage, although it might. Yeah, you knock it out.
All right, let's
I do a quick little vital check to make sure I didn't kill it.
Okay, make a medicine check. It's still.
Is there a heartbeat?
It's still breathing barely, and it has a little bit of a heartbeat. Yes, but it's definitely not. It's just barely. I mean, it's been burnt to a crisp. It's barely holding on to life.
God, what are we gonna
Come on.
do? Come,
Let's get this
what are we?
thing.
Oh, I'm not touching it. You can drag it with the rope.
Ah!
Oh, fine. Let's carry it over to the griffin and just throw it over the griffin's back.
Okay.
So
you know what?
Lachlan's trying to carry this thing.
I yell for Salim to come over here.
Okay. Your griffin flies over, lands next to you,
And we'll throw the body on the back of it, and we'll tie it up.
Kind of sits on the back of Salim, and you tie it up.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Let's catch up.
And how much weight can Salim carry? Could he carry this body, me, and my mom? Maybe Lachlan.
Probably just this body.
Oof. Okay. Then I guess we are walking to where Ashlyn
This is a pretty
ran off
hefty
to.
creature that you got.
Yeah. All right then. Lachlan, do you think that we should that we should maybe send the griffin, because it can catch up to them way faster because it can fly very quick. So should I leave a little note that says, "Please keep alive until interrogation later" on the body? Okay. I'll do that.
We don't know if they'll follow it or read it, but it's worth a try, yeah.
True. I will write in the biggest letters, in big bubble letters, "Please leave alive, interrogate later," and I will stick it onto the body of the thing.
You know, you
and then
could
I will
cast
send
message towards us too.
Oh, that I don't have it
Message
prepared.
only
I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it prepared.
I'm right.
All right, Ashlyn, as you're running through the woods, I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Sure.
Oh no.
19. That's a terrible roll.
You step over some leaves and branches, and they give way underneath you.
Okay.
And you fall into a pit.
Oh, okay.
It is only about 30 feet deep.
Okay. No damage.
No damage? You would have taken 12, but you're a monk.
Okay.
So now you just fall into this. You land on your feet,
No damage.
and these leaves and branches kind of fall in, and it looks like you just fell into a deep pit that's been dug out and then covered up.
She just runs out and keeps going.
Oh yeah, I can run out. I can
she
run
just
over
runs
vertical
out.
surfaces.
It keeps
Okay, I'm
running.
running out. True. I forgot about that. I can run out and keep on going.
Okay. Just a minor setback.
Yep.
Eventually, Ashlyn, as you're running, you hear what sounds like an arrow be let loose.
Okay.
And it hits a tree, like right beside you as you're running.
Okay, I stop.
Halt! Go no farther.
Put my hand up.
From like a elevated position in a tree, there's what looks like be a wood elf standing there with another arrow already knocked, and then you can see there's probably like 5 more of them that just appear on different various branches around, and they're all got long bows with arrows like pointing right at you.
Are you from Silverglade?
Ashlyn?
Yeah, that's me.
Lower your weapons. It's one of our own.
Hi guys.
You recognize this as Perrin?
Perrin.
Yep, he is a member of the this wood elf tribe in the Silverglade. And you recognize some of the others too, but they kind of immediately turn away, and it looks like a lot of them are like jumping from like branches and lowering down. And about this time, you hear some huffing and puffing from behind you. Actually, you probably hear more like.
Yeah, I'm on.
As Molfin is just misty stepping probably the whole way there.
I was on Cleo, so we would have flown over that little problem.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say, hey, my friends are here, and we were wondering if you were okay from the giant gnoll creatures and stuff.
We're fine. We've set up some traps along the way.
Well, they're all dead now.
Oh, I fell into one. Yeah.
All of them? What do you mean all of them?
Well, the ones that we saw. We hope there's not more of them, right?
They've been attacking for the last 2 weeks. Relentlessly.
How many did we deal with, Michael?
Let's see.
Like 20?
Plus all the hyenas?
Plus a pack of hyenas, yeah.
There were 18 of those creatures.
Okay.
With 7 total hyenas. One was a rather massive hyena.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so all those we dealt with.
Oh, there's... this Perrin guy looks at you. He's kind of climbing out of the tree now. Oh, there's so many more than that.
Oh no. What's this blight about? Did they come with the blight, or was that before?
We don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. They keep getting closer and closer to the Silverglade. The Silverglade is sick.
Oh no.
What used to be shimmering bright leaves of beautiful forests has turned into nothing but scarred, terrible black leaves, and the bark is blackened all around.
Oh no.
It seems to be spreading quicker than we can figure out what is going on.
We got a Class A druid with us. We got Diana's. Oh, Diana's coming back. Hopefully that wasn't a spoiler. But Diana's coming back, and she's a really good healer, so maybe she can do that.
It's been years since I've seen her.
Yeah, and me.
Yes.
How about that, Perrin?
Yes.
How about that, Perrin?
He kind of as he blushes a little bit. Sorry. Now that I think about it, it has been quite a while.
So, you will treat her with respect, or else I will kill you.
Make that 2.
Excuse me?
You will all treat Diana with respect, the respect she deserves. None of this old school bullshit that you guys have going on and have been talking about forever, leave that out of it.
I don't even know.
She's the best soul I've ever met, and you will treat her with respect.
What are you even talking about?
You know, you all thought that she killed Salim and blamed her for that.
I never blamed her for that.
Well,
I don't think any of us blamed her for that. She thinks that we blamed her for that?
yes.
She seemed pretty convinced that she didn't want to come back here and face you all because you were not so nice to her. And the two of us were prepared to fight you over it.
Three of us.
Three of us.
Three of us.
he looks down.
Oh, I didn't see you down there.
He looks like a dwarf. Seemingly.
Yeah, you still look like a dwarf. Yep.
Interesting. He looks at the dwarf.
But if what you say is true about the Glade being sick and you don't have ill will towards her, we would like to come in and see what the heck is going on.
I mean, absolutely. The Silverglade needs all the help it can get.
Where is Diana? You sending and send Diana a message.
About that time, you guys start to see Lachlan and Diana. And is the griffin bringing the creature, or did you guys decide to leave it?
The griffin is bringing the creature.
Oh, the griffin.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the griffin is making its way following them, and it's got something hunched over its back. It looks like a wad of ropes.
I know
What is
her
it?
mother was hard to deal with, but really.
I'm sorry, what?
And then you see her mom and Ryle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is not. Yeah.
Coming around the corner.
Diana, we were just running into
Good thing she wasn't
Karen.
here.
What? What's going on?
You remember Perrin?
Barely.
Yeah.
Hi,
Well, he's here.
Diana.
Hello, Perrin. Anyways, Callista, Ashlyn, Molfin, I found a barely alive one of these creatures. If we want to
Perrin's like, what are you going
ask questions,
What alive? What are you talking about?
we captured one. We figured we could
we should-
cast a
we should kill it.
language spell and
Kill that thing immediately.
Oh, we don't need a language spell. I can talk to anything at any time now.
oh, that's amazing. Ashlyn.
Yeah,
Well,
I learned stuff.
We had killed them all. How is that one still alive?
It was barely alive when we found it. It was yeah, it was
That's a pretty good
was
impression.
burnt.
Mark.
yeah. It was burnt to a crisp on the ground, barely breathing.
So, why not just end it? Shouldn't moving it have killed it?
I agree. We should
Well,
kill
I
this thing immediately.
Feel
What if it
I
has-
disagree, and I think that if we want to get to the root of the problem, or to find out where all of the other ones of its kind are, so we can get them out of the forest, we should keep it alive so we can ask it questions.
And it will lie.
Sorry, one more
Don't you
time.
guys have ways to make
It will lie
not
to you.
die?
Do you really expect it to be honest?
We have very good insight, Molfin.
She also has a spell that literally.
I also have Zone of Truth.
That'll help. Which
Yeah.
is Zone of Truth do again? Does it just make...
If you try to tell a lie in it, you cannot tell a lie in it. Basically, you can answer a question in a very roundabout way. That's a non-answer, but you can't
Okay.
tell a straight up lie.
Okay. Do you want to question the beast? I can talk to it. Attempt to
I
talk
don't
to
have
it.
Zone of Truth prepared for today.
Okay.
If we leave it tied up and unconscious, then I can have it ready to go immediately tomorrow.
Okay. Perrin, is there some cell that we could hold this creature in?
Yes, we do have a place that we could hold it in, but if you take that, Lady Celestial will not allow that creature inside.
Lady Celestial.
We don't need the bloody creature.
Why not?
Oh yeah, he's got a soul.
Oh, you can interrogate the soul. Can you
Get
put
another.
Zone of Truth on the soul?
It is not needed, it is forced, and can only answer me honestly.
Ooh.
Oh, well.
Hmm.
It is
Is this one a
mine.
better soul than the other soul?
Can you tell?
You gotta catch them all, Gramps.
I could do that until tomorrow morning.
Mm.
I can only do this once a day, I'm afraid.
Well,
So-
then I suppose.
We don't need the creature.
Pull out my dagger.
Oh my god. Well, now we're just
Wolfen
killing
will lean its head back so Lachlan's got a nice clean shot at the throat.
Now
Diana,
we're just
turn
killing a
away.
helpless creature that has. I mean, it might change its ways. It might decide, you know what? Maybe I don't
Diana,
want to be a monster.
I'm gonna grab
Can I break
Diana
its
by the
neck?
shoulders and start leading her away.
No, maybe it'll have a change of heart. Maybe it'll see the light of moon later. Don't pull me away. Don't pull me away.
And Wolfen ends the creature and
No.
tosses it off of the back of the griffin.
Oh no, leave it on the griffin.
Oh, leave it on the
I'm not
griffin.
moving the body, I'm just...
Get that thing
Killing.
off of my pet.
Perrin kind of
Okay.
looks at you, Wolfen, is like, "Thank you, dwarf."
That's Molfin.
Wolfen.
Yeah,
Hey.
Molfin.
I'm Perrin.
This is Lachlan and Callista.
Nice to meet you. This way, the Silverglade awaits.
All
And
right.
he turns around and starts leading you guys into the woods. A little bit longer. A little bit of time passes, and then you guys are opened up to the Silverglade, which is a elven. I wouldn't necessarily call it a city, more like a town. It's not enormous. It's rather, pretty compact. But it looks like as if the structures and the homes are built out of the trees. There are some that are lifted up into the trees. There are some that are kind of down around, and it looks like the trees are... The bark has been carved around some of these trees, and they represent these beautiful motifs of vines and leaves and beautiful elven decor all around. In the middle, there is a natural, what looks to be pond that has what seems to be some kind of magical fountain in the center of it. That looks like a tree itself, but it's kind of like more like it's been magically carved, and it has these, the fountain actually drips, the water drips out of the branches of the tree and falls gently into the water, creating this nice ambience throughout the Silverglade. The trees, however, do not look like they did when you guys left. The reason it's called the Silverglade is because the leaves are such a bright, lush color that they almost glisten with like a silver hue. They're more blackened now. And there's like this somber atmosphere about the place. People don't seem bright and cheerful. They seem scared. And to themselves. Most of the time it's been a rather uplifting, jovial kind of place. Not as jovial as like gnomes or halflings, but but there's a somberness about this place now, and it doesn't seem like normally you'd see a lot of people like walking around or enjoying the fountain. There seems to be a few of these wood elves kind of out and about, moseying through the town.
I run to my parents' house.
Okay, you run
To
towards
see if
your
they're
parents'
there.
house. Okay, take
Yeah.
a moment to do that. What are the rest of you doing while she does that?
I'm probably
I hang
sticking,
back at the end of the group.
I'm sticking close to Diana and also watching people's reactions to me and my dad being here.
Yeah, you're definitely
I'm
getting
towards
a
the back.
lot of looks, Callista.
Yep.
It's a good thing that there aren't very many people out and about. But you are, there's, you see like two people really like set their eyes on you, and one kind of leans over and kind of whispers as they're staring in your direction.
Do I see this?
Can I read their lips?
Yeah.
From a distance?
They got their lips
Ah,
covered like
damn.
this, so-
Mm.
Damn it! I can read lips!
Do I see it? Do I see the weird looks and the whispering?
Yeah.
Do you think they're directed towards you, Diana, or Callista, though?
They look.
No, I think they're directed towards Callista.
They're kind of directed towards Callista and her dad. as they walk in.
I hold Callista's hand, and then I look up at her and I kiss her on the lips.
Oh.
Y'all can fight me. Y'all can talk about that.
Those two people that were whispering, they just like, one of them kind of like pushes the other and they just walk off.
Y'all can talk about that.
Callista's reaction, like, oh, okay. That's one way to get him to stop staring.
Riled
or
standing
stare
right
more.
next to you. Well, this is a little uncomfortable.
You don't get to say anything.
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law, yeah.
Ashlyn's running off to her parents. You guys have seen that. Lachlan, Molfen, anything from you guys as you're heading in, following Perrin?
Are you muted?
Yeah, it might be muted.
What you got, Lachlan?
What? I didn't hear what you
Anything
said.
Lachlan would be doing?
Well, yeah,
Oh.
what's
I'm just
Lachlan?
keeping my eyes peeled for taverns and such, you know.
Okay.
Cautiously moving with the group.
All right.
Molfen's sort of keeping his eyes out to see if he sees anything that gives him sort of like an arcane sense, like a store that may sell scrolls and things or anything of that nature here.
I was actually going to.
Anywhere that looks like it might have magical items within.
I was already
There
going
could
to
be a
guess.
store.
Where is it?
You don't really see anything that looks like a magical store or anything, but you look up ahead and you see this very elegantly carved. On the other side of the fountain, there's a large, looks to be like the biggest tree within the Silverglade here, and it looks like it has a very large kind of doorway, like almost like a double door that's there, and it looks like the elegance of this place is it's a lot more flamboyant. And there are some runes that are etched around in the tree. Looks like they are some form of elvish.
I cast detect magic as we're going through, and I'd like to see if any of the leaves on the trees are radiating any sort of like magic or.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, Callista, on this one. Molfen.
Oh boy.
It seems like
The
Perrin,
fountain's magic,
seems
right?
like Perrin is leading you. Yeah, the fountain definitely is magical.
Okay.
Molfen, the
I'll
Perrin
use
seems to
my
be leading you to
inspiration.
this elegantly carved tree.
Nice.
He's heading in.
Okay. How close am I to Diana, and how far? Like, what's the distance between us and Diana, this Perrin kid?
You're just probably 10 feet following him.
Molfin's gonna look over at Diana and, in giant, as I remember she speaks it, say, Diana, the writing on the door, what does it say?
Oh, I read the writing on the door. What does it say?
Basically, it's a title. It's Matron of the Silverglade. And you know this
I
would,
repeat that to Molfen.
this would be where Lady Celestial's homestead is.
It says, in giant, I will say, it says Matron of the Silverglade, and it's where our chiefess, kind of, Lady of the Silverglade, is where she stays, I guess.
Is she a mage?
Is she a mage? Michael, would I know that?
You would know that she does dabble in the arcane.
She dabbles with the arcane every now and again.
You've seen her do a thing similar to Callista.
Ah, she's kind of similar to Callista in magics.
I'm less concerned.
Wow. Wow.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That's some shade.
Sick burn.
Also,
Yeah.
Molfin's thought is, thinking from an arcane standpoint, a straight, like, wizard, in his mind, is more likely to have the ability to see through his illusion.
Okay.
Whereas somebody who is a more natural magic will probably not necessarily be looking for something like that
Sure.
That's smart.
in his thought. Oh, she's not a
Also-
wizard? She's a druid type? Okay.
BTW. I reread Diana's bio and I got her age wrong for her backstory. I thought that Celine died when she was like 8 years old. In my original bio, it was like 16. So still kind of like a child, but I consider 16 a child, to be honest. But like, so like still a child, but like a little bit older, a little bit more memory of that emotional scarring.
Kind of teenage years, you know?
Kind of teenagey, yeah.
20 Arcana for me.
20
Yeah.
Arcana? Callista, you've been to other planes before. It's almost as if this isn't really so much a magical effect as if another plane is trying to take root here.
It's bleeding through.
It's bleeding through and trying to take over this forest.
Does it feel like Shadowfell?
It does not feel
Oh,
familiar
okay.
to me.
Okay.
It feels worse.
Oh.
It feels worse.
Okay, so Diana would feel her hands get squeezed tight as Callista starts to like really inspect the nature around and start to gather this information.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good. I think you speak Infernal, right, Diana?
Me, yeah, I speak Infernal.
In Infernal, I let her know that it feels like it's a different plane trying to bleed through here, but it's not one I'm familiar with, and it's probably worse than the Shadowfell.
Worse than Shadowfell?
It's not good.
I was just going to sort of cock his head to the side at the two of them.
What are you doing here?
Can Molfin also speak Infernal?
That's why he's cooking.
You just gonna
Kitty.
come and get in my face like
He
that?
left!
Oh, now you're gonna moon me. Great.
Gosh.
Butthole.
Where are you going?
Actually,
On stream, that probably
we
looked
still
really
brought it up.
odd because of my green screen. It was just like... yeah, she is staring at me on the stream right there. That's
I mean,
fantastic.
Molfin, you can tell Callista looks visibly worried at this point.
in Primordial, Wolfram will look at Callista and go, everything okay?
I'm not there. I can understand all this. God darn it.
Yeah, I'm just looking back and forth at everybody.
I will basically
Perrin
repeat
looks
what
down
I
at Lachlan.
know to Molfin.
What are they saying?
Beats me, a bunch of language
Is this
nerds.
some kind of inside joke or something?
Language nerds!
Is my fly down? Perrin's like looking at...
Well, from my height, it looks like no.
And Callista, do you think it's the Hells? If it's
Or
worse
the-
than Shadowfell?
Or the Abyss or something. I'm not sure. I've never been to those
Wait,
planes,
the-
so I wouldn't know
the
the
Abyss?
feeling. Well, it's dark, right? Like like these are turning like dark, like the leaves are turning black,
Mhm.
essentially, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not dried up. They're It's almost like it's very unnatural and inky feeling. Like it shouldn't be here, but it's bleeding in.
Perhaps you and I should have a conversation after we deal with this with Diana, if you think it may be the Abyss.
I don't know. I've never been there. This is just a guess.
Well, you've met Asmodeus. Does it feel like his domain?
I've met Asmodeus.
Well,
I don't know
Michael
the
said
person.
I've never been there, but I've also never been to the Hells, so I wouldn't know if it
I
would
mean,
even feel.
You've met Asmodeus, but
familiar.
you've never been to...
I've never been to the
his
Hells. He's always come
Yeah,
to
he's
me.
always come
Like
to
they've
you.
always come to me, so I wouldn't know. It could
I
be
wish
the
I knew.
Hells.
I'm wondering if it's that dude I spoke to. No, we'll talk later.
I asked Callista in Infernal, What was that?
I just translate back and forth at this point. Fuck it.
Oh, I joyfully inform both of them that I have been to Asmodeus.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I communicated with him once, and like it wasn't him coming to me, I went to him.
So you went to the hells?
I didn't go to the hells, but like you know how like you know what Molfin did before, you know, like sending and stuff. You know, when I commune with Ilmater, I'm kind of like I feel sort of here but not here usually, so it's kind of like you know, like
Okay,
I'm
so
here physically,
when you
but like
communed-
mentally.
So you communed with Asmodeus. What did that feel
Yeah.
like?
Fiery.
Make an
I
arcana.
was very
Make an arcana check, Diana.
Fiery!
making our conch.
Fiery! That's what it felt like, fiery.
Lachlan, Perrin looks at you and he's like, "Is there something on my face? Like, are they talking about? What are they talking about?"
All I hear is.
Diana's like,
heavy metal.
This is not what I know.
You can't. You were so wrapped up in those emotions and feelings that you just can't pinpoint or match a feeling to it. It's just.
To be honest, I have no idea what it felt like. I was more focused on telling him to get bent. So
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That checks out. All right.
yeah,
Wonderful.
we're all very prone to threatening people, aren't we? When it comes to each other.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over and pointedly look at this wood elf and then look back over. I look back over at him.
See,
Look over.
You're messing with
What
them.
did you guys do?
he just looked at me. The
Yeah.
dwarf just looked at me. The dwarf.
It looks bad.
You know.
In giant, look at her, Diana. This is just far too amusing not to keep going.
In giant, I will say, I'm sorry, but why did you look at
Do
him?
you think the dwarf is drunk?
I mean, he's a
Racist.
In Primordial Callista, a part of me so just wants to dispel the illusion,
Please don't.
but I think that would terrify them, and then they'll yes. So
We're here for Ashlyn, and we're here for Diana's mom. I don't even know if we should leave Diana's mom here now. Like,
Sure, we brought my mother here. I can go now.
okay.
I'm gonna walk over and kick Diana in the shin, and then look back over.
The dwarf.
At
The
the
dwarf
elf.
just kicked that young. Kicked Diana.
wonder if they made a bet or something. Yeah.
Where's the bar?
What?
Now
The
he's
bar.
asking about the bar.
Oh
He must.
God.
Maybe he wants to get drunk after being pre-drunk.
Seems
Also checks out.
seems reasonable.
Have you been hanging out with this dwarf? For
How much
long?
further to walk?
Far too long.
Not very far. I mean, you guys are in the center of town. Basically, everybody's kind of like stopped because he just stopped moving because you guys were talking all these strange languages to each other, and he's just he's standing there about 10 feet away with Lachlan, like just talking. What do you think they're talking about?
Like- Sounds like wind blowing.
Where's my mother?
All right. Let's go. Lead the way.
Ashley,
Okay.
you run up a spiral staircase. It seems to be made out of, like, carved into the side of one of these trees. And you make your way hurriedly, running as fast as you can, across what seems to be like a wooden banister, kind of like, if you think about like a play gym that you would find at a park, and you know how they have those like rope bridges like between two things, like you run across one of those that are attached between two trees, and you stand there looking at a door, and all these emotions just come back to you as you remember the day that you left for the monastery. And you remember the looks on your mom and dad's faces as they dropped you off. You remember the last time you were here, when you packed your equipment and got ready to embark on this new journey. You remember still having some sadness from leaving Diana and leaving all the sadness around what happened to Salim behind. And you take a deep breath. What do you do?
I knock on the door.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
No!